my phone, and then the camera is all cattywampus. I had this all set up on my PC. Went all through all that setup and stuff with like OBS and stuff. And oh, you can't co-stream from PC. So
Damn, that's stupid.
yeah,
I'm just trying
I
to get
don't know
all the
why
lighting set
you
up and
wouldn't.
everything. I'm
I
doing this
gotcha.
outside. It's nice out.
Nice day.
It is.
Nice day for sure. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. We just went to a Chicago pizza place here in town.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was actually really, really good.
What's up, Z Place? How are you? How are you?
Good, man. Oh wait, are you talking to someone else?
Yeah, I was just talking to chat.
Oh, chat.
But
Oh, you got
how
people
how
to
how-
chat.
how's your pizza?
It was really good.
Fa- Favorite walking poncho? Like I listen, I had to go put contacts in because I have to read this from my phone now, and I have terrible vision. And I had my PC like zoomed up to like 300% so I could read this without my glasses because I look like a goober with my glasses on, or with my contacts. I just took them out, so I didn't want to put them back in. So here we are. Here
Yeah,
we are.
I got everything pretty much set up on my end.
The Discord has been alerted. Oh God. Oh
The
God.
Discord
The
has been
dis
alerted.
Yeah, it's the most dangerous. I'm a glasses girl. Some people look really
Now,
good with glasses. I'm not one of those people.
it's the only way I can see anything. I still can't hit anything with glasses though.
No, whenever I miss something, like I forgot to put my contacts in. I forgot to put my contacts in.
Nah, man, it's a front sight. You know, it's off by just that much.
Okay, so that 1911 is literally 100 years old, and I can usually hit stuff with iron sights. I can usually hit a few things with it, but that's different. What's up, Firearms and Fitness? How are you, my man? How's everybody doing? What are the discussions
I'm trying
topics
to get my
tonight? Well, I
laptop to
mean,
open up some of the chat so I can read it off here, so I'm not having to like
how
lean into my phone.
how do we do that? How do we do that? So, because I get two lines of chat. Do I just got to go to
I
YouTube
see
to do
you.
that? Oh man. Oh, there we go. I can probably pull it up. One sec, guys. Once I figure out how to read chat. There we go. Oh man, now we're talking. Can this pop out? Pop out chat. Oh my gosh, look at us. Look at us. We're streaming. I used to be a Twitch streamer. Um, and I still sucked. Fuck it, we'll do it blind for sure, man. For sure. But I mean that's most of my
Going in
life.
with no vision at all.
Anything but taking responsibility. You're goddamn right. It's always something else's fault why we miss.
Exactly.
That is how it works. That is how it works. Okay. We'll tilt this down just a little bit. All right.
I feel like you're like
Ah,
up here on the camera, and I'm way down here. Just
yeah.
real short.
We'll just lean back a little bit. Lean back.
Yeah, just
I, I don't
like
miss. Oh,
trying
I
to
don't know, man. Because I was so used. I was so ready for this to be like a portrait, and then it puts the other person in there,
dude.
and it was like
Last
super
time I
zoomed
did it,
into my
that's how it
face.
was. It was long ways last time I did it.
Mm,
And it was like
yeah,
zoomed in on my face. I was like, well, I guess this is how we're doing the live stream.
yeah. I'm like, okay. It would have been so much easier on my PC, but alas, it's gonna do it hard. As far as discussion topics for tonight, we had a couple things that we discussed. Nothing too formal. One of the heartbreaks that I'm currently dealing with is the discontinuation of the Scar, and I know everybody says the Scar is a piece of shit gun. Listen, I get that. That's fine. I don't want it because it's the world's best gun. I want it because I played video games and I want a goddamn Scar. All right. You can tell me it's bad all you want. I use a Keltec KSG. Everyone tells me it's bad, but honestly, it's kind of all right. Nobody referenced the photo where it actually exploded. That's not real. That was
Exactly.
photoshopped.
I'm the same way too. Like I love the Scar. Like I don't buy an M1 Garand because I like for practicality. I buy an M1 Garand because I want one. It's like one of those
Yeah.
like Like I got a Galil and I love that thing. I was like, the first time I ever seen it in Call of Duty Black Ops, I was like, that's coming home with me. I'm gonna buy one, and then I bought one. Now it's my favorite
And
gun.
yeah, it's just it's and I think something with like the gun community, and I'm sure you all can kind of feel this too, is there's this idea that every gun has to be practical. They'll see you shooting a gun that you just like, and they lose they lose their mind about it. But it's like, listen, all you need is like one good rifle. If you have one good rifle that can do the job of whatever you're trying to prepare for, then the way I see it, use whatever else that you want. Use your fun guns, have fun with them, have some crazy builds. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. But everyone's like, that's not very practical. It's like, of course it's not. Look at it. Look at it. I've got red tiger stripe camo on here. Do you think we're going to be using this practically? The
No, yeah,
entire Modern Warfare
exactly,
generation crying
exactly.
over the FN. Yeah, I
Like
think what we're gonna have
I
to
have a
do
full
is
rifle build that's I mean, that's what I'm grabbing if, world starts falling apart and everything. But I mean, not gonna lie, one of those things that if I saw a guy walking through the desert with a Galil, I'd be like, I don't think I'm gonna mess with that guy.
well, the thing is like that, that's got to style. Like if I get taken out by it, sure. The only thing I like, if I were in the end of the world situation where the big boog and Minecraft is coming to life, whatever they call it these days, as long as I don't get capped by a high point, I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna be okay. Like a PSA AR-15 hits me, I'm like, all right, this guy's on a budget. But if I get taken out by a goddamn high points, then all the people that this just call me an expensive loot drop, they're it. They knew exactly what they're talking about.
Exactly.
The Scar is a great
Playing
rifle.
Rust.
Since they
It's like playing Rust and just getting taken out by the naked guy with a rock.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Man, just might.
Scars a great rifle since they stopped the reciprocating charging handle. I'll stick to the Scars. Redheaded stepchild, Bushmaster, ACR. I mean, some people. That's why I ended up getting the caramel because it's like ACR at home. It kind of gives those vibes, but it's never quite the same. But then everybody else says the ACR is a piece of trash too, and it's like all these cool guns everyone just tells us are bad. It's like, you know what? How about a little fun? Hello, hello.
Exactly. This was like,
So
what's the
I'm
number
Reaver
one
shit hit the
thing you
fan
see
worst
when you go to
night.
the range? It's like you see a guy with an AR-15 or an AK-47. It's like, those are nice, but I don't know about you, but if I saw a guy with a flintlock, I'd be like, dude, you should let me shoot that. Like,
Can we be pals? Can we be pals?
exactly, exactly,
So I'm Reaver shit hit the fan worst nightmare with the high point. Listen, man, if you end up hitting me with that freaking high point, you better hope that I'm dead because I could not deal with the embarrassment. However, I have seen you run that high point really, really well, so I won't be too embarrassed, I guess. Um, Boo Scar, I look, listen, everyone says it's a bad gun. I get it, Nico. I get it. But it's just it's those vibes from the Modern Warfare 2 generation, like they were saying earlier. It's just it's we were programmed
exactly,
to like it. And by God, we're gonna like it.
exactly. That's like the VZ61 video I just did not too long ago. Is like my friend wants to sell it to me, and I'm like, you know, it's not practical by any means, but it'd be a cool little firearm to have on the channel, that's for sure. Because like 32 ACP is just it's kind of expensive a little bit. So, one of those situations like you get it because you want it.
Yeah, and I just the gun community is and this is something I've learned from YouTube. Bear with me as I go on this rant. Is the gun community is just they so many of them if you're like a creator or you're at the range or you're shooting with everyone's looking for this like gotcha moment where you just like they just want to prove that like discredit you or prove that you're doing something wrong or one of those things and it's just like who like everyone's gonna make mistakes everyone's gonna have trigger slap or flub a reload and it's like who freaking cares who cares who cares but it's just everyone is so
Exactly.
negative to each other so if you go in with a gun that you just like then like people will just shit on you for it. Like people will find you holding a KSG. It's like, listen, it's a KSG. I know it's not. It's not. said hi, hello, my man. I know, like I get it, but not every like. And the thing is, it's fun for some variety. It's fun for some variety.
Hmm.
Like I,
Exactly.
my go-to rifles is going to be my Tabor. I didn't get an AR-15 until like 3 weeks ago because the optic on it was worth more than they were selling it for. I'm like, oh, that's a Vortex Huey, and they're selling it for $600. Like I can get an AR-15 for $200. Cool. Cool. So I did it. And it's like it's fine. It's fine. And like if someone's gonna see that AR-15 and they're gonna be like, "What a piece of shit AR-15," because I think it's a like a Diamondback tactical or something like that. It's who cares? But they're gonna be upset about it.
Yeah, they just blast you for it. It's like
Yeah.
the AR-15 that I have is a Radical Arms, and I haven't had a single issue with it. I think people get the misconception of more expensive isn't always better, and if in my I don't want to say in my experience, but if world's falling apart type situation and I'm in the middle of a firefight, I don't think I'm gonna be worrying about, the price of my rifle. I'm gonna want to know, one, is it reliable? My Radical Arms is extremely reliable. I haven't had any issues with mine. Is it gonna be accurate? Same situation. My Radical Firearms is definitely accurate. I haven't had any problems with 100 yards, 150 yards. So I think the whole idea of having the most expensive stuff isn't always the best. It's like,
No, I think what comes with a lot of those is their QC because you could buy a cheap rifle and it's
mhm,
absolute garbage. It's absolute garbage. And so like anyone who's going to run a cheap rifle is like if you are going and like using it, like actually using it, then like you're going to find if it's a piece of shit because if it's got a lot of QC issues, it's going to fall apart on you. It's going to jam on you. Something's not going to right. You're going to look at it. It's going to have some crazy wear patterns. And so if you're going to use something like in more like the budget range, like at least run it because like I know plenty of guys that buy these expensive guns. And then they don't actually use them at all, and then it's like you wouldn't even tell me. You couldn't even tell me if it's going to run well or not.
yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, that's like SIG. SIG is like perfect example. I mean, look at how like the quality control of the P320, and I know like a few people that have them and like haven't had issues with them, but I mean, the video evidence is there. Like, it's a perfect example of like, a company that's well known for building quality firearms just drop the ball and then they just want to blame everyone else for their problems.
they do they do. Let me catch up with chat real quick.
Nah, you're good.
First time I
I'm
shot a
the same.
KSG was what is a 3-inch Magnum slug. I can tell you from just shooting regular slugs, I'm sure that recoiled hard because the KSG recoils probably harder than 80-90% of shotguns. So I'm sure that was just a pleasurable experience. Only AR I like anymore is the
Bro,
shit made by
fair.
BCM, and if you like a brand and it works, and the thing is, BCM is like I feel like BCM is kind of like I think them and like Daniel Defense are like the top of the bell curve as far as return on investment. They got good QC. They're gonna last well. So I think that's a good way to go. I think it was always and I think T Rex Arms was pushing this out. It's like get a BCM arrow or a BCM upper and an arrow lower, and like you're good to go. But I've heard arrow has gone downhill a little bit, but I'm not an AR guy, so I couldn't tell you. Got some dog water ARs that run good. I mean, like the thing is, if you run it, you put a couple thousand rounds through it, you're gonna find out. You're gonna know. Funny poncho man, I'm here. It is I. I don't have a poncho on, but we'll get to it. Got an FKS for $300. Never jammed once in 11 years. I had it. Got many years with it. It's like I mean, SKS is just one of those platforms where it's kind of worked out its issues. But there's so many different ones. I think some of them are going to be good, and some of them are going to be bad, and some of them are going to be absolutely flawless by a few high point lowers.
Dude.
What's good,
Someone in the chat
Montes?
has an ACR. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a couple people with an ACR, and like they have like they got my full like I love that.
Yeah.
Sup, brother? What's
Who
up, Willie?
is it? Ruger who made the ACR? Or is it a? Well, if
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
laptop here, I can look it up.
Yeah, I think it's Ruger. Bro has hair. Yeah, yeah. Not much, but I do have a little bit of hair. The video where I tore off the GP5 gas mask, I was so sweaty underneath it that like it just like slicked my hair back, and it did not do me any favors for my hairline. Like, oh shit, I'm getting old.
He looked
Reaver,
like
shut
one
up
of
and answer
those
the real
actresses,
questions.
that coming out of the water. He just flips his
Oh,
hair
it
back.
was it's like I couldn't be that sexy. Answer the real questions. Are you in Quantum, Andy and Layla from Coffin? And then yes, we're exactly that. We're exactly that. I had that explained to me. Been rounds without number, never had any issues, but you have to train for sure. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, use your stuff. The thing is, my KSG has more rounds through it. It's just like mainly birdshot because that's like the cheap shit I get. Has more like rounds through it than a lot of people put through their pistol. A lot of people say the KSGs have issues, and I will not. I won't say my KSG's been perfect, but it's been pretty dang good. If I had to use it for a home defense situation and file 8 rounds into some guy kicking down my door and trying to steal my yoo-hoo, I'd probably be okay.
I think the
Good
first
evening,
time I ever
everyone. What's
seen
up,
a
Cowboy?
KSG was on FPS Russia. Who remembers that guy?
Ah, what
Like,
a legend.
dude.
Uh, how heavy is your AK? It's kind of heavy. The Zenico isn't particularly light. I've never actually weighed it. I try not to weigh my guns because I just get sad because like, why does my back hurt? Oh, it's because of this. It was Remington. You're right. It was a Remington who made the ACR. Um,
So yeah,
uh,
a Wikipedia search says Bushmaster, but it says designer is Magpul Industries.
yeah, I think they had a couple. I think it was like a collab or something. I don't
They
know.
have they have 5.56, 6.8 millimeter, 6.5 Grendel, 7.62 by 39, and 450 Bushmaster.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
insane.
couple people, and maybe there's just too many hands in the pot, and that's why it never came to be. I'm sure there's a plenty of reasons. I never researched it too much, but I played it in the game. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly.
We need a 1980s kit. Oh man, I love building kits. I love building kits. It's my
Dude.
favorite part. I'm currently building my Halloween kit. If you're on the social media, you would have saw a little bit of a, a glimpse, a little bit of a peek.
On
Um,
Instagram.
on the Instagram. So very excited about that one. Trying to get it all done by Halloween is going to be gnarly because we did the we did the Watch Dogs video last year for the Halloween video, and I ended up deciding that I wanted to do it the day before Halloween. And so I went out, I filmed it all, and then I filmed all the shooting, and then I filmed like the talking portion, and I did that like different location, and then went back and was editing all night long. And Quantum and I were in a distance relationship at the time, and so we were just on a Discord call, and she was just helping me edit. She's like, "You should try adding this," and kind of just helping to keep me up. But we did it all night long. We finished at like 4 or 5 a.m. and I'm like, boom, hit it. And then YouTube's like, demonetized. And I'm like, okay, delete it, re-uploaded it. And YouTube said, hey, you're okay. And then I did it.
That's like my
So
super safety videos. Like sometimes they'll get hit with age restriction, but then sometimes they don't. And I'm like, I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with YouTube half the time. It's like one
it,
week they want to come in and beat the heck out of me with a frying pan, and then the next week it's like, would you like some flowers? Here's some flowers. Here's some chocolate. I love you. And I'm like, come on, guys. And I think the first video though that I ever watched of yours was you had someone else doing the filming. They had the helmet, and I think you were getting ready to blow up a pumpkin.
oh my, yeah, that was my second video I've ever made. And like looking back on this is like, oh my God, the audio was terrible, the editing was rough. And if I was smart, I would just delete those videos. But I do like to see how far we've come. Like my editing,
Exactly.
I never done any video editing before I like started YouTube. I made my first video. It was my first like 1 or 2 videos. I learned so much, and then I started doing shorts, and I learned even more. But it was a lot of fun. Reaver, seeing you without a hat is cursed as fuck. Also, SPF Russia is still around and does a podcast now. He's not Russian. He's from South Carolina. cool dude regardless. I mean, dude was nuts. I saw some crazy
Yeah.
videos with him, but like I don't. It's
What?
nice to not
Yeah.
wear a hat sometimes. It's nice to not wear a hat sometimes. Okay, but if I look so bad, I can put a hat on for you guys. I even thought about it. I'm like, I had a rough
That's
hair
why
day
I
today.
got a
My
hat
my
on.
my hair was all like motorcycle sweats. RT arms, hello. Bushmaster became the winning weaponry. Okay, Magpul did make it first. Halloween is the only time when you can wear a kit and people can't talk trash. Um, yeah, I guess that's true. One of my first Halloween parties that I went to in college, I had a load like a vector inspired loadout from Resident Evil. Like I had the gas mask and made the eyes blue and everything like that because I thought he was the coolest. And it was a bunch of military gear. I'm like, I bet this raised some questions.
That's awesome.
Shout out Spec Precision. They did it. Spec Precision did a pretty good job with their mall. I will say. I won't say it's perfect, and I'm still running it through its paces because I only put. I mean, I've only got like 2.5K rounds through it right now, and I'd like to see how it does more. But it has been pretty good. It has been pretty good.
South Carolina is basically Russia. Well, it depends on where you're at. It's like if you're in the mountains, it snows, and it's like, is it going to be sunny today or is it going to be freezing today?
Resident Evil Hunk loadout. Yes, that is what we're doing. That is what we're doing. We've I'm dealing with helmet issues right now, but well, I think I got these lights hooked up right. Um, where's my button? There it is. Where it is.
That
So I mean,
that
we're
assistant, his comment about FPS Russia, about being a big part of like everyone's life. I mean, I remember when he first came out and just how much of an influence he had on just the gun world. I think like he really pushed the narrative of Tannerite, and Tannerite was just kind of like slowly coming to be, and then his videos started coming out with Tannerite, and everyone's like, you know what? I think I need to have some of that. And like they were selling it by the truckloads.
No hate to FPS Russia. Oh, for sure, didn't come across that way at all. Dude, it's a huge part of why I love guns. I think I mean, there's a decent amount of YouTubers got people into guns. I feel like most people get into guns
Exactly.
because of some form of YouTuber. No hate seeing you without some sort of headgear. Love the content. No stress. I sometimes it's weird to see myself like on camera without like head stuff or without glasses on because I'm so used to editing myself and I always got this glasses on and then I do like an indoor video and don't want to come across like some sort of movie star or Hollywood douche. And so I don't have glasses. Like this dude has eyes, like sometimes. Reaver, are you going to buy Milwaukee tools instead of Walmart's? I am legally required to shield Milwaukee everything. Yes. I will not be buying any more Walmart tools. Even there, I was
Do
well.
you
I
now
was
know the difference between brushless and brush drills?
I do. I do. I learned. Sebi walked me through where I was in the store and I live streamed like, tell me what to get because I'm like, I don't know what power tool to get to drill through this wall so I can put up this hold up displays thing. Sponsored. How many lands and grooves does your AK have, and is it right hand or left hand twist? I'll simplify it for you. I opened it up and found a gum wrapper recently. That's
Which
about what I know.
everyone go on his comments on that video and tell him it's off by an inch. He measured it
Don't.
wrong.
No, I measured it perfect. It's perfectly level. Perfectly level. What about brushless versus brush more? I haven't figured out what brush more is, so you're gonna have to ask Sebi about that, or maybe Copper Top knows a little bit more about it. But I don't. I'm not a tool guy. I am a tool, but not a huge tool guy. My dad always had Milwaukee's growing up and some Cobalt stuff, and I used them a lot. But I don't have to use tools for my everyday life that often.
I'm a DeWalt man myself. I grew up around the old generation and it was always DeWalt in Milwaukee.
Fuck them, let your freak flag fly for your gear. For sure. I mean, that's one of the big things of my channel has always just been like using your actual kit. You will see, and I mean, not recently because my channel has kind of like plateaued for a little bit, but like anytime my channel like goes out to like anyone and past the regular crowd, everybody's like makes fun of whatever it is that I'm wearing, which is like body armor. Sometimes they'll make fun of me. I'm like, I'm just wearing a battle belt. Like, dude, you should see the rest of this shit. You should see the rest of the shit that I wear. Like, this is tame. This is tame. But where are your kings?
You're like, the
Where
tism
are
is
you,
not all the
Valkyries?
way up today.
Yeah, it's like listen. Like I've only got like 3/5 of the gear on, 1/5 of gear on. You're well, like, don't watch me go down this hill without night vision. Reaver is live. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're first live, first live. We wanted to do a little talk with Copper Top.
What's up, everyone?
They literally trained all the
And this
gear.
time I'm not
I,
cooking. Radio's gonna probably in the comments go, man hasn't burned himself, but I'm not cooking tonight. So every time he
give
comes in the
it.
chat, he's like, man's gonna burn himself for like 3 seconds. It's like, no, I'm not. 3 seconds later, guess what I'm doing? Putting water I'm burned because he called it out. Man jinxes me
Uh,
every time.
in the words of Paternity Thumb, wear your kit kings. Absolutely. 1v1 me any game you pick. If I was to 1v1 someone, and maybe Copper Top, you can answer this too. What game would you 1v1 someone in? Um,
War Thunder.
I War Thunder. Oh man, I've never played them. I was pretty good. Um, I was pretty good at Gears of War back in the day, but I can't say that I've kept up on it. You can 1v1 me in Dead Space though. I'll kick your ass in that for sure. I'm
Someone says
unstoppable in Dead
Halo.
Space. Halo, I wasn't that great at Halo. I'm an okay Halo player, and I
Which
played
Halo
all of
though?
them. And
There's so many of them. Like, are we talking about older Halo or
it's Halo 3 or nothing, folks. It's Halo. Actually, I
exactly?
was a bit of a menace in Halo CE with the Magnum. I don't know what it is, but that gun wasn't goaded, but I was a little bit better than everybody else. Chess.
Oh,
I
what
play
was
chess
that
every Friday
YouTube
as I
channel?
eat a pizza.
They they did like Halo fails. It was I think Rooster Teeth. They used to do that
Rooster
back
Teeth,
in the
yeah,
day. Yeah,
because they did red versus blue.
dude, that was
Terminal, no.
always so much fun
Anyone
to
who
watch.
I think they started coming back. I think red versus blue started up again.
Yeah,
I did like
I know
Reach. I did like
they've
Reach.
had a few projects. They had one that's called Ruby, and that's an interesting one. Nice little animated series.
Hmm.
You should totally
Now I
mod
can't.
me.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Exactly.
Uh, oh, I can mod you too. Yeah, you guys can. Do I even need them? The thing is, the last time I modded people, and this was when I was streaming on Twitch, and maybe like eventually we'll go to Twitch for a little bit so I can actually hold and show guns. Because like I had to take down my gun wall, which was hella annoying. But we'll get some. My mods like abuse their power.
Oh,
Chess was a good pick. I love chess. Like I said, every Friday I go to a pizza shop. They have a chess board, and then I play chess with my coworker. Can you tell us about the RDB you got? Been thinking of picking one up for a long time now. I don't have the RDB, but I do have the RFB, which is like the 308 version. It's the older brother. It came out a little bit before. Do love that gun. Do love that gun. I wish I could like show you my screen on here, but it's the 21-inch one, so it hurls those 308s. I wish I had the 18-inch version, but we'll get to that eventually. And then I changed out the furniture on it for Lucky Irishman, and that like made the gun so much better. It actually made it lighter with all that extra furniture because there's such a huge chunk of plastic. Right now, I have a Sight Mark Wraith thermal on it. Fucking love it for the price. I did get it for free. So there's your excuse code. And then I've got an offset red dot and like a laser sight. And usually I've got the silencer co-suppressor on it. It's not anything too crazy. It's just change out that furniture and it's going to be a new gun for you.
do you
You
like
can't
the
even have
honey
guns on
badger?
screen. I've never even used one. I've never even held one.
The honey badger would be cool because they have like because originally in 300 blackout, and then they have few in 5.56. But if I mean if you're gonna get one, get it in 300 blackout.
get it for what it's made for. Get it for what it's made
Mhm.
for. It's like buying a Vector and getting it semi-auto with a 16-inch barrel. You just don't do it.
When are you
Speaking
gonna
from
get that
experience.
FRT for your Vector?
Oh man, I there's been a couple projects that have just come in, and then I accidentally bought an AR. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. But I'll get it eventually. I wanna chop. I've been trying to find a Vector for a good price. Because I'm just gonna sell my 16-inch barrel version and then buy
Mhm.
a pistol brace version, and then I'll do that. Until then, I'm not putting any time or money into it because it's just too big. You can't have guns on screen every other life. It's YouTube can pick or choose whether or not to ding you for it. A lot of people do. I've seen a lot of like smaller channels do it and they're fine. But YouTube can just like retroactively like give you a strike for it at any time. So if suddenly like you have a strike on your channel and then they look at a live from like a year ago, they can hit you with a strike. And then you have two strikes, and if you get three, your channel's deleted.
That's a problem with
So
YouTube though, because a lot of the big gun tubers too were having some videos where, they were fine and then they implemented all these new policies and it's like all those videos have been out for like 5 years. You're just getting strike after strike after strike. And it's like, how are we supposed to, account for your future policies? Like you would think that stuff like that would be grandfathered in. Because I was having an
you
issue where
you
like
think so?
links and stuff like that were causing me getting me strikes and stuff. It was for copyright music. And I was using their links to adhere to their policies, and they were saying it was a scam, and that's when they implemented like the AI system to their going through and scanning all these channels. And like it's still a problem today. Like you think they would have fixed it, but
Yeah, it is ridiculous. That's one of those things. I've tried to be like super careful with some sort of stuff, and every now and again, I'm like, ooh, maybe that wasn't my best move.
exactly. How do you feel
The one I
about the
was
new Taurus 22? Thing's
I
awesome.
have
It's like an A10 in your hand.
Nice. The RFB that you were looking at was the 18-inch version that was around a grand. I might go back and look at. I bought mine for like 1,500 in 2016. That was like my first coyote hunting gun. 18-inch version is awesome. It's just a little bit lighter, but I feel like a grand is pretty good. I've been seeing it at my local gun store for $700, and I thought about buying it just for the 18-inch version, but I'm like, then I have to build it up. Question for you both: have you ever turned down a sponsorship offer other than Raid Shadow Legends? Yeah, I've turned down a
I
lot.
haven't gotten one
Um,
yet.
I didn't start getting one. I didn't start getting any until I had like the 5K mark, and that's when people started reaching out to me. But I've turned down quite a lot. There's some things that I'm curious about. There's some things that I like that are like made for airsofters. But I have plenty of airsofters who watch my videos that I'll totally do a review for. And if they market it as airsoft, that's okay. But done. I've had to turn down a lot. I've had to turn
I've
down a
had
lot. Some
probably
of them
like
just felt really weird.
two products sent out to me, and both of them I was kind of iffy on. And but I mean, because I got the Vortua, I think it's RMD 502, and I got that on my Benelli M4 clone, and that thing just does not die. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit more torch testing with it, but haven't
Yeah.
had any issues with it.
Accidentally bought an AR. Yes, it was accidentally, okay? It was I graduated like the day before. I'm like, I should celebrate. And like, I got a hell of a deal on it, so I don't feel bad.
That's a good way to celebrate,
Um,
though.
I mean, yeah. Where can I find? And I was on voice chat with my Discord, and we were just like looking at some stuff online, and then we were looking at that, and like, because I was looking at G3s, and I saw that, I'm like, that's so cheap. And then I talked him down a little bit, and then it was awesome.
What do you
Where can
guys
I find
think
an
about the
FRT for
Glock
my
purge
Vector?
and FN kill?
The what? The Glock purge?
Yeah,
The
it says guy says nerds with guns says, what do you guys think about the Glock or FN killing the Scar? Um, I don't know. Glock, I think, is just under a lot of pressure with a lot of different politicians, I should say. So I think that's partially why they're doing a lot of like reamping. But I think what I think FN's gonna do is at Shot Show they're gonna announce like a new version of the Scar. So that would be pretty cool.
Actually, actually, I hope so. That would be cool. 2A Ninja's Vector, so I'm a little bit behind. With the 37 millimeter launcher underneath, that's fucking awesome. I put a launcher on my Vector at one point in time. I think if you look at my Instagram, I did like a sci-fi loadout. This was before I was doing YouTube, and I tried to make it look like Cable's Vector from Deadpool 2. It's awesome. Where can I find the FRT? I don't know if they're out yet. I heard they were coming out in the fall, but I haven't done any research into it. But I know I forget what his channel's name is. It's like Irishman, or I can tell you right
Oh,
now because someone
Irish
DM'd it
Rifle
to me.
Academy. He's got a
Irish
couple
Rifle
videos
Academy.
on it.
Yeah, and it looks absolutely smashing.
We're
Our
talking about
suppressor's the
for
most marked up thing.
the Chris Vector.
Yeah, yeah. Our suppressor's the most marked up thing in the gun industry. Uh, maybe, uh,
That and
maybe.
Glock, depending on which Glock version you're getting. But
Uh, no competition pistols are. Pistol brace Vector, yeah. I was
2011.
like, we'll brace it. I might SBR the Vector actually, because I do love the Vector, but I might just brace it first and go from there because then it's such easy.
Chris Vector FRT drops next week. PS90. There's a PS90 FRT.
That's what we're talking about right there. The thing is with
That's
the
awesome.
PS90 is like you're always stuck with the long barrel. You can't even. I mean, unless you SBR it, which honestly is I think pretty worth it. Pretty
Hmm.
worth it.
You just gotta find a
But I
barrel and
already.
then just do that.
From what I hear, it's hard. From what I hear, it's hard.
Hmm.
Air frying steak is not baller. Incorrect. Air frying steak is surprisingly good for how little effort. I ate air fryer steak every day for 2 years. Air fryer steak and fries, very easy. I only messed up like two. Are you dipping your suppressor in aloe vera? I need to. I need to after how many times it burned my fucking hand.
Reverb with the PS90. We need a Stargate LARPing.
We do it, and the PS90 I think is probably what started me into bullpups.
No,
There was a
I'll
game
send it to you.
in there's a game in I don't know. It was it was like Ghost Recon something on the PS2, and it had the P90 in it, and I wanted it so bad. It's just this alien gun. I think. Did you ever play Rainbow Six Vegas?
Yes.
Matt, goaded games, goaded games. Vegas 2 was amazing, but I think that's probably what started my obsession with a few different bullpups.
Well, it's like the FN57. Like people, is 5.7 a good round? Mm, I mean, it is designed for like armor penetrating, but you got to buy that ammo, and that ammo is not cheap at all. So, is it a fun round to shoot? Yeah, I think it's a fun round.
I mean, if you're using it for home defense, I still think it could also do the job.
Exactly.
So,
It's like that.
uh, I'm,
The YouTubers. I can't remember who they were. They were talking about like how the founding fathers intended this. You know, pull out your musket, shoot the first guy who walks through the door, then pull out your pistol, miss him, hit the neighbor dog, and then pull out your stair cannon and just take out the rest of them.
don the powdered wig and initiate the charge. Don't grab suppressors. Here's the thing with my suppressor. It's got so many little things and boo bobs and shit like that that there's always something that I have to like make sure is tight. The first time I put it on the Flux Raider, I didn't realize it, but it was pulling itself off, and I had the gentlest little baffle strike, and the suppressor was like a month old at that point in time, and it was like close to $1,500. So my soul died a little bit. So now whenever I do a round, I like crank it on just to be sure. When it's on my rifles, it's fine. It's only on pistols with like the Nielsen device. That's the only thing. Nobody ever talks about Rainbow Six Vegas. I like if that one got a remaster. I think all the old dads that used to play that are gonna come back for video gaming. Warriors on the
I still
PS2 is
need
what I
to
played.
get
I
a
don't think I played that one.
suppressor.
It, it's
I'm
it's
lacking.
so worth
I'm
it.
lacking.
It's so worth it. And I I dragged my feet on it. My friends kind of bullied me for it. I was going to buy one and then I bought night vision instead, which honestly was a better choice. But like if you get one, just get one like that's multi-cal and you can put it on all your guns.
Yeah,
I feel like it's
I was
just the
like
best bang
tuna
for your
cans,
buck.
the one we've been following for a while. Man, I
Yeah,
just want them to go ahead and just drop some. Although if you hear a train, I'm so sorry. There's a train like a quarter mile from my house.
you're good, my man. Um, are you going to get a 365 Flux? I wasn't planning on doing it, but I have a friend who has all the pieces for a 365. It just needs a new, it needs the trigger, the fire control unit. So I might do that and then turn it into a little Flux. Um, so maybe he would just give me the other parts for free, he said. So maybe I'll do it. And that'll be a cool little. Maybe I'll give that to Quantum, and she has
It's
like a
okay.
cool flux.
Prisons
Maybe
like
we'll
trains.
flip out her flux. Okay. 5.7 by 28 is way cheaper when I found 1,000 round case. 1,000 rounds for 375. I've never bought that, but I think that's actually a pretty good price. I can't blame you for that. I think it's the VSS 190, which is like the inherently body armor piercing stuff. Was what was like the really expensive thing, but and I was talking to Copper Top about this yesterday. Is I was doing a review on this Sightmark thermal, and I did it on the RFB, and I put like 1,000 to maybe a little bit over 1,000 rounds through it. And like, oh my God, that was an expensive review. It's almost as much as like the unit itself. I'm like, I'm gonna need to put it on like a cheaper next review I'm doing it on like a 5.56. But having a caliber that is hard to shoot or too expensive to shoot blows, which 300 blackout's one of those where it's expensive. We should flux my P365 when we have to. We got Quantum in the chat. Love you. We got Quantum in the chat. Uh, we could do that. We could definitely do that. I think it's pretty easy to do as well, and I think they're a little bit more easily attained. To quote my colleague, I wouldn't want to get hit with a 5.7. I wouldn't want to get hit with anything. Like even a 22 sounds uncomfortable. MP5 when? I think MP5 has to be my next gun. I think MP5 has to be my next gun.
It has to be. I love my MP5K.
I want one.
Also,
I,
fun
I
fact: I
want
did
one
not
that
know
I
you
can
can
like.
count it on your own live stream. That's cool.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I'll put mine in there. Watch this. Watch this guy. Watch this guy. Binge. Got it. That's 90% of the comments on my videos. It's been fun chatting with y'all. I like to stay longer, but I gotta work. Keep with the content, y'all, for sure. Stay strapped.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, Nerds with Guns, thank you for being here. Have a good day at work. Appreciate you stopping by. I wasn't sure how these live streams would go, but it's cool being able to actually like have conversations with everybody instead of the delayed stuff. And Copper
Yeah,
Top and I have been talking about it for so long. We wanted to do this, so it's been exciting.
I have a lot of fun doing it, especially when like I'm cooking and stuff like that. I can just conversate with all my viewers, and you know, I'm excited for it. So,
I like that. All right, Copper
but yeah,
Top,
you
what gun
definitely
would you
need to get
want
a
with no restrictions?
the what
What gun would you want with no restrictions? What gun would you want with no
NG42,
restrictions?
NG42.
NG42. Oh, dude. And this is a little bit of my Call of Duty showing. Modern Warfare 2019, the remake. I loved it, and I know that's controversial. But the Scar, not the Scar. Sorry, that's dumb. It's awesome. The Saw Scar, they've all got different things. The I want the Saw. I want a fully auto Saw, and I want to like have
Oh,
a pretty short barrel on it, probably like 14.5. I know that's stupid. Short barrel on it, and then I would only use it with the side load magazine. I don't know why I like that, but it just feels cool, and I feel like it would look good on camera. So full auto one of those, that'd be it. That'd
what's
be
your
it.
opinion on the AR-15 upper, the belt fed upper?
I'd get one. I'd get one because I think it's hella cool.
Especially
From
because
what
you can
I
just put a super
understand, it's
safety or FRT
expensive.
in it.
And that's the thing too. Like the super safeties and the FRTs have opened up a whole new world. But I'm really wondering. on. I'm really wondering if like they're gonna crack down hard on that eventually.
I'm assuming they might, like, because like it is. If you guys seen Brandon Herrera's video on the MP5 video he did with the super safe, it's pretty close. At least what he said. I've never shot a machine gun by any means, but I I have a super safety on my AR and I absolutely love it. It's borderline pretty close to one, but I mean, by the definition, it's one trigger pull each time, so they'd have to redefine the complete definition of it. But yeah, I would
Nice. Yeah.
totally own a belt
Yeah.
fed. It's like only 3 grand, so or three
Honestly,
paid cheeseburgers, as someone said earlier.
not bad. Yeah, not bad. MP5s, you got AP5 ammo with super safety works great. What's up, Nerf
Yeah,
operator? It's
I
good to
need
see you.
one. I need to get the
Uh,
AR lower for
how many
mine.
shorts videos? Do it. Do it. I mean, I'd love to see
It'd
it.
be fun.
How many shorts videos you try to knock out per range day? Um, Depends. Usually I try to knock out like at least a week or two's worth. But I usually film like 40 and then like 20 make it. Um, but if I can't get out there, like I'm working all weekend this weekend for the next 2 weekends. So and I'm working on like my haunted or not my Halloween stuff. So these last ones have been like 25, which I don't like doing, but if I have to do it, I have to do it.
I have about a month worth of
The
stuff,
MP5 spank.
or actually 2 months. I got till December of videos. That's because I just
Really?
film.
Man.
I just I get so bored sometimes, and my autism's like, guess what you're doing today?
Man, I've been really excited because I can come home from work and actually like start YouTube. Normally, I'd come home and work on my on school, and I've been do that and do homework until like 10 or 11, and then try to make a short or two, and then try to like work on the long format. Like the long formats always took so long to get out because I would just do those at like 1 to 2 a.m. and try to put like an hour or two into them. And all mine are so
Mhm.
heavily edited, which is probably a bad thing. It just takes so long. I see you on shorts. Yeah, man. I do a lot of YouTube shorts. It's like I like being able to make a YouTube short and being able to talk with people like that day as it's happening. That's my favorite part of YouTube is talking to people. And shorts are good, and you can just have like a quick like conversation piece. Like one quick thing. There's so many topics that wouldn't make a good like long format video, but make a perfect
Oh
short.
yeah.
Fuck the saw. You know, it's like rifleman here, saw's jam like nobody's business. I don't care. I want it. Okay, like I will have it and it'll jam, and then I'll make 30 jam edits of it. It'll be a fun short.
See, I feel
Said
like that one though,
hi,
like that
hello.
comment, I feel like people get the misconception. That's like the M9, you get some people that say absolutely love the M9, but you get some people that absolutely hated it. And it was probably some guy who, that M9's got probably 20,000 rounds through it and just never been cleaned, never been serviced. I feel like that's about the same thing with some of these saws. It just, this thing's probably seen so much combat. It just it's like the 50 cal. I mean, you get people that love the 50 cal, but sometimes they just don't work very well, and that's just due to maintenance.
Yeah, and the army stuff does get beat to
Hmm.
hell. The army stuff does get beat to hell. All right, let me catch up on chat a little bit. Mark 46. I decided with the M249S with a super safety. Oh, kind of sick though.
What do you use for editing? I
See
use
crackdown on. I
CapCut
think
is
so
what I
too.
use.
I use CapCut too, and like everybody always kind of shits on CapCut, but if you know nothing about video editing,
It
CapCut
is.
is awesome. And that's what I learned on because I mean, I had DaVinci Resolve and I tried to do like one YouTube video for like a video game that I played years and years ago. Like this sucks. Like this sucks. I don't know what this means. Um, but CapCut is awesome because it has so many things built in. It has so many assets built in. So I've actually been really, really impressed with CapCut on the PC. Like I bought the Pro version, and it's worth it, and I I still use it because I think it's great.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun
It
using it.
takes time to
It's
edit
just
all the
so
steel plate
simple to
things.
use.
Yeah, honestly, like I tell anyone that like if you're not used to editing, if you don't know, use
Hmm.
CapCut, and if you want to switch to something else, go for it. But like everything is just it makes sense for someone who does not know videography.
Senator, his comment on the M9.
Coach, ooh. Yes, Quantum does edit all the pings in. I make the video, and then she comes in, and then she gets a little ping sound, and it edits in, and then she has a few missed shots. She doesn't edit in those ones, just to keep me humble. Just to keep me humble. Maybe Glock will have an FRT for the V. Man, I think they'll do anything they can to avoid that.
Cowboy Jeff.
CapCut wasn't
Wasn't
expecting that.
expecting
Yeah,
that.
for sure. It's just
It
simple, and
is.
I mean, for me, like I wasn't gonna do because I used to be like a Twitch streamer. I started school, and I just didn't. I wanted to have like a creative outlet because I was gonna work full time and then do school double time, and then like I needed something to look forward to, and it turned out to be YouTube. And so I didn't know how to do anything, and tried DaVinci Resolve for a little bit. Was not good, but CapCut is just so like I don't want to say idiot friendly, but that's the right word, um, because it's really easy.
Yeah, it's stupid simple to use, especially if you like you said, if you don't know what you're doing, it's so easy to use.
Yeah. Luca,
It's small
hello.
space cowboy content in the future.
Need some space. Lever guns, Copper. Are we getting lever guns?
I'm gonna have to get one. I just did a video on it was a 357 all tacticaled out, and yeah, for my thumbnail I got
Yeah.
John Wayne all tacticaled out. So I'm excited for that video to drop because I do that never have I ever, and
Heck yeah.
it's a fun because it gives people the opportunity to shoot guns they've never shot because I got the MP5, the Galil, I got that Benelli M4 clone. Some people's never shot a Canic with a comp on it or shot a comp in general. So I have that segment and it just does so well and people enjoy it and it gives them an opportunity to just try something new. The guy's like, "You want to use this in one of your videos?" I was like, "That would be so much fun." I was like, first time I ever shot a lever gun, never
I'm
like, I've shot like the 22 versions of them, but like never shot anything like 357. And I was like, I'm gonna do that lever gun flip that everyone does. Stupid simple to do, by the way. Just watch a quick YouTube
nice.
video and you're good.
Yeah, I've wanted I've definitely wanted to do a little bit of a space cowboy LARP. I think that'd be fun. Just completely overdo it with an over the top build. And like the thing is, like a couple of years ago, they were pretty popular, and I think that's when it
Hmm.
like ignited the curiosity in my brain. But I'm still gonna do one because I think it's fun. Like honestly, like taking that and like actually running it under night vision for the funny, I think it'd be
Yeah,
cool.
they're stupid simple too, and they're just so much fun. It's like practicality
Yeah,
wise, would
I think I
use one in a world ending situation? Probably not. But, you know, it's just one of those things that you just get it because they're cool.
it's just cool. I mean, and it's YouTube. Like we gotta have some crazy weird guns. Hot take: the VP9 is mid. This comment is endorsed by the USB gang. Mods, ban that man. Ban that man.
Ban, ban, ultra
Ban
ban.
him. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Banned for life. Banned for life. Take his Costco card while you're at it. Banned. Banned. I love the VP9. I don't think it's as good as some of HK's other offerings. I will admit that, but it's totally fine for concealed carry, and I love it. It's the best I've ever shot with a pistol, with a VP9.
Yours has an issue though with the comp, doesn't it?
Hello, hello. it was doing really good. But when I put the Acro on it, and then now I've got the HTX on it, it really started having issues with certain ammos.
Hmm.
Before it was fine; it would have a failure to feed every now and again. But with like a heavier optic and the comp, it's running like shit. I have a Sam's Club card. Take that too. Take that too. So it is. I almost ripped off the compensator, and it was like a day and a half after I modified my Safari Land holster to fit the compensator. Like, this was a choice of mine. This was a choice. How is the HTX? I've been wanting one. The HTX is actually really, really awesome. I know some people have mixed feelings about the Vulcan reticle. I really, really enjoyed, especially for firing from like weird angles or for concealed carry. You'll just have to replace the battery more. It feels great. It honestly it feels amazing, but I don't know if it's worth nearly $800. I don't think it's worth eight
Go
hundred
to pistol
dollars.
red dots. Oh, are you asking if we want like do we like pistol red dots?
Like my go-to,
Oh,
I
oh,
know I like.
okay. Well,
I
I'm
mean,
retarded.
yeah. What's your go-to? What's your if the one that you use you run? What's your favorite?
I use the Holosun 407K on mine. I love that red dot. It just I haven't had any issues with it. Now I got the like I think it's a Viridian green dot, but it's a plastic frame on it for my EDC. But I don't know. I feel like if I drop it too many times, it's gonna break. But it came with it, so because I got
Uh,
that gear up package from Springfield. So
nice. Okay. Um.
kitty, who
Uh,
sees a cat?
I don't. My boy. My
Oh,
boy.
I was about to
My
say
son.
there's a cat out here. I'm
I have three
outside
cats.
doing the live stream, so I was like, if there's a cat out here, um,
Like something might be stalking you. I
about the only
don't
monster
know.
is
I
that
don't know
Camaro
if
that's
the
sitting right
RMR
there.
HD. I don't know if the RMR HD is better than the Primary Arms HTX. If I was to choose one, like if someone was handing me one, I would probably choose uh, the HTX if it's been run for a couple of years and it holds up. It's a new optic, and so I'm kind of worried about its reliability. So far, it's been good. I'm trying to do a rush review on it because a friend sent it out to me. So I'm trying to get it back to him in a reasonable amount of time because he bought it, he got it, he looked at it, and he sent it to me. So I'm trying to get it as quickly as possible. So I'm only going to do about 2K rounds, but I do like that. I think it's better than a Trigicon HD. But I haven't used the HD, but I really like the reticle on the HDX.
Speaking of 2,000 rounds,
As far as
if anyone
my
knows an
go,
ammo
go
sponsor,
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
we can use one.
Please, please. It's so bad. It's so bad. My favorite red dot is still the it's I don't like the acro. I've got my acro right here. I don't like it. I haven't even like put it back on anything in the past like month and a half because it's just but the just the RMR for me, I know it's basic and it's a little antiquated. But I ran that on my Glock forever and it ended up breaking, but that's partially HK's fault. Their optics mount is absolute trash. And kept coming loose. And so the RMR and the plate moved, and then the bottom recoil bosses got wrecked. And then Trigicon wouldn't warranty it, and everyone told me that I was lying about it.
That's crazy.
Like
You would think something with HK wouldn't be that bad, like with you know their
yeah,
quality of
it'll
firearms they
just
have. So
it's bad. Yeah, it couldn't stay. So I ended up getting like a CNC precision, and it's held up awesome.
sponsor you with my hand load.
Yeah, honestly, if you send me your hand loads, man, I'll throw
There
your
might
name
be a
up on the
few
screen.
failures in
Special
there, but
strengths
it's
of floor
okay.
grenadier. Yeah, I'll happily take it. Any recommendations for a decent handgun light? I love my first handgun light was the Inforce APLC. I think they go by the Wild now. It's like the Wild One. which is just like a brighter version of it. I really like that. I feel like its controls were the best. But you'll never go wrong with Streamlight. Find a Streamlight one. If you want something super Gucci, go for the X300, which is what everyone's gonna say. But honestly, go Streamlight and you'll be fine. The X300, I hate that their controls are stupid. I don't know if you've
Harbor
used their
Freight's
copper
got
top,
a
but
like a
they're
clone
stupid.
of one. I don't know what exactly it's called, but it works pretty well. I have it. I was like, let's see how well this thing goes.
Man, I don't know. I'm a ranch hand, not Gucci. Then I would go like if you're looking for like great is like doesn't need to be like worried about or anything. Get anything like from Streamlight and you'll be just fine. But also something to keep in mind, and this is one of the reasons why I don't branch out with too many other lights, is because if you're going to put it on your pistol and you need a holster for it, they don't have a lot of different lights that you can get holsters for. So you kind of have to stay within like the main line of lights because if you don't, then you're not going to be able to get a holster, or you're not going to be able to like get a decent holster, or like a Kydex one, which is always what I recommend.
Yeah, because then you run into trying to find a holster company trying to, custom make one, and a lot of times, they get it wrong or it's just not fitment right or
Yep. So I would go with that because nothing sucks more than like buying a light and you can't like carry your gun anymore. Um, if you're buying them in tandem, like go online. I have a video on this, but just look at the holster you want or a couple of the brands of holsters you like. I love G Code. That's usually what I use. That's what I concealed carry. I've done it for 10 years. And then find your gun and then find the light combos and then find one that's within your price bracket or the fit that you want or what you're looking for. And then just get those. And then you know it's actually going to fit.
Mhm.
TLR 7X from Streamlight, awesome. I've got the TLR 7X sub, TLR 7 sub, something on my Flux, awesome. Rumor is the Harbor Freight got pulled because they got sued. Have you heard anything about that, Copper?
Yeah. Her freight's getting sued by Streamlight because of that. Because it's all because it looks too similar and just because of a silver ring on it.
I mean, I think it is literally just a
Yeah.
clone of it, but I mean, that's kind of funny. Braun Tactical Light, gotta love Harbor Freight. Big brother TLR2 was my first flashlight to get in TLR1, and just so I can holster it for sure. And it's just it sucks. There's so many, it's unreal. There are a lot of lights to choose from, and it's kind of for me. It's like I didn't know what would fit my gun and what wouldn't, which is why I just looked online. And it's like if this combo exists for a holster, I know I can put it on my gun. And then I picked up like the three, and then it's like okay, if it's that's what I did with my Glock 19 back when I carried that. It's just a lot easier. And I like the Enforce because it was a flush fit
Although I feel like Harbor
and
Freight's
had a
warranty would
good
be a lot
handle
better
button.
than Streamlight's. You bring it in, it's on fire, and you're like, "Hey, can I warranty this out?"
I've heard some good things about
Oh yeah.
Harbor Freight. Airsoft lights are better than anything. Yeah, they're hit or miss. They're hit or miss. I've got a couple like cheapo lights that I put like on like a 22, and those have just like made their way around a bunch of other guns. But they aren't all winners. And I will say most of the airsoft lights have parasitic battery drain, and so if it's been sitting for like a couple months and you go to turn it on, it doesn't turn on. But if you have maybe a little bit more of a well-known one, they don't have those parasitic battery drain. But if you swap out the batteries all the time, they'll do just fine. I've never really had them break, and you don't have to worry about it holding zero.
Ooh, come on, where? There we go. Perfect. Well, I guess a question for the people in the chat: if you guys had to pick a defensive caliber, nothing, it can't be 9 mil, can't be 7.62 by 39, it can't be 5.56, or a shotgun, 12 gauge. Which one are you gonna pick? Something unique. Give me something unique, guys.
I have been to Harbor Freight. I went there a couple times with my father growing up, but I don't have anyone near me. Ugh, we just barely got any talk. I live in the middle of nowhere, everyone. I have one stoplight. So if you're wondering on where I live, it's the middle of nowhere.
I'm smack dab in the middle of the South. Unless you classify Alabama as the South, but wait, repeat copper? Okay, so if you guys had to pick a caliber for home defense, not not the generic stuff, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, 9 mil, the stuff that we all would grab. Which caliber would you get? Like something unique. What would you use? I'm grabbing
300
the
black,
280 Desert Eagle.
decent.
Like come around the corner one handed.
Honestly, that would be
Like
that.
that's it.
Um, what's that? What's that? It's like 6.8 arc
Oh my
or something
god.
like that. That caliber looks gnarly. If I was hunting like aliens, like from Alien, so xenomorphs, I'd probably want something like that. Something just massive that only puts one hole.
Could you imagine though, like
16-inch
your
270
hallway
Winchester.
at the end of your hallway, you have a closet door. You open your closet door. There's now an A10 minigun in that way. You just open the door with an intruder and be like, "You sure you want to make that mistake, buddy?" Or
I'd like to change my answer. I'd like whatever the A10 shoots in a minigun. I think that sounds like a splendid idea. I want that.
you just get the single shot
I gotta roll
Derringer.
that thing out in the cart. I shot a Derringer, like a cheap knockoff Derringer. My father bought it at a gun show, and it had the worst trigger pull of all time. Not like, oh, this trigger pull sucks. Like I had to use all my power in my like 15-year-old body to pull this thing. Awful. 30-30 Winchester 94. Okay. 12 gauge pistol braced homemade 6-inch broom tube. You have my respect, radio. You have my respect.
They make a 50
Minigun shoots
AE
5.56.
Derringer.
Do
That
they?
that is so cool, but I feel like the bottom of your palm is gonna be hurting the next day.
Well, does it have the same size grip? Is it like one of
Yeah,
those tiny
yeah,
little things?
it does. It's
Oh,
like 2
oh,
fingers
I
you
don't
could
know if
get
I'd
on
want
it, max
that.
maybe your pinky, like
Oof. And that's kind of like it with like the Rhino. Some company reached out to me on Instagram and they saw like a couple of my videos with the Rhino, and they're like, "Hey, we 3D print like new grips for the Rhino."
mhm,
And I'm like, I would be kind of curious about that, but it's also the Rhino isn't my gun. But the Rhino's grip is like so stubby, you lose like the last two fingers. And the recoil isn't crazy with 357 just because of the way it's designed, but it would be nice to be able to hold on to something a little bit more than like half a banana.
oh. Have you seen the super safe 12 gauge
What?
AR shotguns? Those been popping up a lot on my channel. There's been seeing them all over the place. I'm
Really?
like, dude, that's awesome. Cause like I can have an
I did not know they
AA-12
made
now.
such a
I just
thing.
don't need to buy an actual AA-12. I can just get that.
True. True. I know there's been a couple of like the mag fed
Hmm.
shotguns that have been having a bit of a rise lately. XM556 micro gun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I gotta be careful
Hopefully
with
we can get one.
bullpups though. With like bullpup shotguns. I don't know about bullpup rifles, but bullpup shotgun that I got, every time I shoot it, it's ejecting the shell on fire. So every time I'm like searing the facial hair on my face, I'm like, I was like, I'm sitting there like, I smell something kind of funny. I should have grabbed me a water earlier.
Yes, it's your beard burning. Is that what it is?
Yeah, every time, it's my
I
beard
think
burning.
I think one of my buddies outlawed my Discord and stuff and on the YouTube videos, but he was some Century Arms bullpup shotgun that he bought from from some gun store. He saw it on the shelf. He's like, I gotta get it. It's so cheap, and then he ended up getting it, and it was the biggest piece of shit that we've ever shot in our entire life. I think it still fights every single round.
See,
And then we tried shooting some less than lethals out of it, and it was even worse.
I got the Tokarev as a TB12 gauge, and I haven't had issues with it, but I mean I got it like $100 off of Palmetto State, so
That ain't a bad
no.
deal either. That ain't a bad deal.
Especially if you just want to like
Sorry, I
test it
missed
and
a
stuff like
comment.
that.
Speaking of airsoft lights, I have an airsoft clone of the UTL M2 light on my USP. I've been running it for thousands of rounds. Just needed a light head glued in because it flung off. Oof, oof. But sometimes there are some diamonds in the rough because I mean they just reverse engineer it and then they build it for cheaper because they didn't have to put in all the R&D into it, and they can run it for pretty cheap. And then lights you don't have to worry about like having zero and shit like that. So I think you're a little bit safer with lights than optics. But I've seen plenty of cheaper optics do really well. 416 Rigby for home defense.
Oh my god.
I I only know that caliber because of Kentucky Ballistics, and that man's a machine.
He is so
When you
lucky to
fire
be
that thing,
alive after that incident.
go ahead.
Him
Yeah,
and
that is
like
that is
ballistic high
wild.
speed, that incident with the RPG, that's
The
insane.
RPG incident, that was wild. That was. I hated seeing
Hmm.
that. I hated seeing it. 416 for home defense, though. You can take out your home intruder in one shot, as well as all his compatriots behind him, and then you can go to the hospital with the survivors because you've dislocated your shoulder.
How
Very cool.
cannonball from for home defense. Talk about taking out the intruder and like the 6 balls behind him.
The thing is like a lot of these calibers, like Kentucky Ballistics does a pretty good job at like making it look easy, and he gets thrown around with some of those calibers, but like the 4 bore is gonna like knock most of us on our ass if I'm remembering correctly. Because that dude, like he bench presses like 400 pounds. He's like
Yeah.
a machine, just an absolute unit. And I don't know if you've seen my videos. I'm not a machine. I'm not a unit. I'm built to run, which is a very nice way of saying I'm a skinny dude.
Dude, like he did the video with the I can't remember his name, but he's like the strongest man in the world. And he's like, "Here, shoot this." Whatever that big ass big gun he's got. What is that?
Is that the one that he has to put on like a platform to shoot?
Yeah. He's like, "Here, go ahead and shoot this. If you want to shoot it standing, here you go."
Some of those guys are just built different.
I find it funny.
Shit pup shotguns.
I find it so funny that like, some of these anti-tank rifles from World War II, they're expecting some of these guys to go, here's an anti-tank rifle that shoots, 75 millimeter round. Just we're gonna give it to the 130-pound guy over there and hope that he'll be fine.
Just blast
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I mean, they've got a dream. Those ship pup shotguns also don't have a mag over insertion, so you can insert the mag beyond the bolts if you have it
Yeah,
locked
I've run
back.
into that
Yet,
issue.
want to know what also doesn't have it in? The ETS mags don't have an over insertion stop either. So they say don't load it empty, or you can break something. Uh, so those are cool, and I have a shit ton of ETS
Or is
mags.
that LED like
Like,
a
won't be doing dry fire drills
or
with those.
Oh, if you're talking about one of the lights, one's got a yellow light filter on it, the other one's a white light. I couldn't find my other thing, and I also can't get the filter off that light for some reason. I sat there and struggled with it.
Oh,
41 AE
one.
Uzi. What the heck is it?
I don't. What is a 41 AE?
41 AE. 41 action. What the heck? Developed in 1986. Performance of the 41 Magnum Police. So they're like, hey, we're gonna develop this new round for the police department. That's insane.
Hmm.
Could you imagine shooting that out of a
Made for
Uzi?
the Deagle before the 50
Yeah.
AE. Honestly, it'd be fun. I think. I think it'd be the Uzi has a relatively, from what I understand from video
Mm-hmm.
games, has a relatively like manageable rate of fire. So that honestly, it might be a pretty decent build for it.
I'm
Ugh.
so excited for tomorrow though. I finally get my patches in.
Who did you order your patches through?
Let me see if I can get it up here real quick. I got them through because a guy reached out to me on Instagram and can I get this open? Uh,
Man, I did my because when my channel first started kind of getting a little bit of traction, this was back in last summer, the summer before last, when I was like a little bit of a smaller channel. I did my jawbone video because everybody was making fun of the jawbones on my guns or whatever, and everybody wanted patches for the four Winona
mhm.
patches because I did those for the people that hunted coyotes with me, and they all wanted like a reissue of those, and I'd made a little bit of a change, but everybody was asking for them in like August, and it took them until about October-ish to get them. And then at that point in time, like I think the hype for the patches had already gone down, so I did not sell as many as I purchased. So I still have like a massive drawer filled with like hundreds of patches. So if you guys want a patch, order one for my Etsy so I can buy new patches.
See, I got them from Para House. Is the guy's Instagram. Um, how do I? I'm using my laptop here trying to figure all this out.
Are they PVC or are they like embroidered
These are
or
embroidered, so you can select different. They have a different way of. Can I get this open to? Because there's a couple options they have that
pouring
you
out
can
on
do
back?
them.
Brief patrol? Hell yeah. Where's my patch, Reaver? Seb, send me your address, and I'll send you out a patch. I'll send you out a patch. Listen. I'll sign it for you. I'll get your patch right now. I'll put it up on screen. It'll be your patch. It'll be featured in the very first Reaver Approach live stream with Copper Top Tactical. Boom. Got my Winota patch. Might buy some more later. Heck yeah. And stickers. Oh yeah. I need to do stickers. Stickers will be easy. There's a company like a block away from me that can do
I
stickers, so
need
I'll
I
probably
need to
do them
do the
through
same
there.
thing too.
We just need to design like you just need to decide on what stickers because what I'll do and it's one of those things where like a bunch of people ask for them and you keep an inventory of it and like my patches cost me like $700 or $800 to make them all and it's like, and then you sit on that for a while, and they're not as popular as you'd
Yeah,
hope.
they have. You can do a couple different
Two
ones.
Winona patches,
You
hell
can
yeah.
do embroidered. You could do the like I guess I call them the rubber patch because I mean it's what they feel like. But they also do like shirts and
I
stuff like
love the
that
rubber
too.
patches.
So, but yeah, those are supposed to be coming in tomorrow, and I'll be doing a giveaway on 4 patches. So I'm excited for it.
Heck yeah.
It's kind of a way I
I'm
can
still
say thank
holding
you
out
to
for
my
Reaver
viewers.
posters. Hell
Which I
yeah.
mean, do you mind if I
Reaver poster would be awesome.
go ahead and talk about that real quick?
Dude, shout it out. Shout it
Man,
out.
okay, guys. So if you
Hit him
guys
with
want
it.
to be a part of that giveaway, the only thing you have to do is one, be subscribed to my channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to Reverb because man is a genius. He's also the best LARPer in the world. So I don't know who else out there is doing it, but you know, all those Renaissance fan guys, you know, in the armor, they have nothing on this man. But if you guys want to be part of that giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and be part of that live. I will be announcing probably tomorrow when we're going to be doing the live stream for the giveaway. So all you have to do is just be subscribed and be part of the live stream. So I'm excited. It was our first giveaway, so
Hell yeah.
I'm really excited.
I'm gonna try to score one. I'm gonna
Oh,
try to score one. No, I'll buy one. I'll buy one. I'll buy one. Reaver posters. I do a lot of my own arts. I've done many different art pieces. If you've seen my Winona video, then you've seen some of my art. I've been wanting to do um, like posters or something like, or like 8x10s that I can send out like on a monthly basis to everybody who's like not subscribed to the channel, but like as a channel member. So they're like they subbed like as in like they're a member, which is like because they allowed like the $5 member fee, but I don't want to like ask for people's money if I'm not giving you something.
if it's not a pinup poster
So
or Reverb
that'll
approach, I
be
don't want it.
it's just going to be my sexy midriff. My most embarrassing video to date is the video that went viral for the very first time, and I showed a little bit of my belly button because my fanny pack put my shirt up. Reaver poster, Starship Troopers style. I mean, what kind of Starship Troopers? We could do that, and it would just be a bunch of LARP outfits. Actually, that'd be hella
What
fun.
is your most popular
We'll
video?
probably do posters eventually. Shorts or
We'll
long
do
format.
shorts.
Shorts is the GP5 gas mask video where it was like I couldn't get it on because it was wet, and then all the Russians called me a weak boy. But I was so sweaty, and the mask was a little wet, and I'm pretty sure that thing still had asbestos in it. I didn't have the filter on, but I think just from storage or something, because every time I wore it, like my face was like inflamed. It was horrible. But that one I think got like 3 million. And I was like, why is this stupid video being one? My next one, which is like the only video that I'm actually like happy about, was the Quantum threw something at me. It was the Jawbone video, and that's like when my channel like first got traction. I was at like 1,000 subs, and then my Jawbone video popped off, and then I did the follow up long format, and that's kind of like what got me from like 2 or 3K to like 5 or 6. Probably talcum powder. The thing is, I washed it out so many times. Like I've
It's
had
got
that
that
mask for like
cosmoline in it.
5 years.
Cosmoline in your.
Yeah, it had something. But like it was so bad that my eyes would swell and then honestly like water all the time. So if you've watched my uh um uh stalker video that I did in December, I could not see anything most of the time. And then every time I took off the gas mask to like give myself a break, it would be really hard to get back on because everything was so wet, so it would just stick to itself. It's like trying to put a used condom back on. It just doesn't happen. Include poncho and posters, like a free poncho. Two yoo-hoos if you run into Reaver's office and throw something at him. Flurger happened. She threw a cat toy. She threw a cat toy. So, yoo-hoos. Darling, will you bring me a beverage of some kind? Thank you. Um, all right, let's get a little cat. As soon as he opens up his PO, I'll open up my PO. I've been afraid of like I I don't know if if people have asked you about this copper top, but like, would you do a PO box that people could send you stuff for?
Yeah, I think I would. But might seem what would happen to me is someone would send me something so inappropriate. I would be like, now I gotta close this. Ugh. I think my best video so far
Is this a cold Pepsi?
did 16K, and
Nice.
that was my Mossberg Maverick 88 video. But before that was my tactical reload video on my Galil, and I got blasted so hard on that because I had 2 different
We were
reloads
talking about that.
backwards.
See, and that's the thing is they just want to they want to bully. They
Oh
want
yeah,
to bully for no reason. It was just because it was clearly just like a you just mess up your words and don't even realize it.
exactly.
Because I mean I said suppressed I said suppressed barrel instead of threaded barrel, and boy oh boy did I get absolutely like flamed in the comment section. But the thing is, I literally had like in massive text asterisk threaded barrel onto the screen, and then everybody just started
No
so
one read it. Everyone
rabbit
just
me.
like looked past the caption of it and was like, "Yep, nope. He done. He done.
Yep.
He cooked now."
Oh, favorite optic manufacturer.
I like
Oof.
Sig's optics for their
That's tough.
LPVOs.
And copper top you
Yeah.
Sig.
What is it? The
That's,
Oh, a raccoon just fell out of the tree, I think. I heard something
um,
fall out of a tree and I heard thunk.
primary arms is a good one. If I had to like choose one that I had to run for the rest of my life, I'd probably, and I know it's lame, but I love EOTech optics. But probably Vortex because I like the Vortex Huey more than I like EOTechs. Um, but yeah, I love the Vortex Hueys. I have three now. It's awesome. I'm gonna break my second one. I'm gonna put it on the KSG and maybe it'll break, and so I can get a Gen 2 for
Doesn't
free
your
from Vortex.
KSG have an issue with the rail staying on?
Okay, listen, it had one issue. It had one. It isn't a continual issue. Okay, he's gaslighting me, guys. He's gaslighting me. Mod, ban him from this chat. Ban him from this chat. Get someone else in here. It I it had a couple. I had that rail on it for years, and then every couple like years, it would lose a screw, and there's two screws left. And after shooting all day, those two screws just sheared off, and that's like my third most popular video is the KSG rail fail, as I was shooting it just flew, and everybody fucking flamed me for that too, because they're just like that's what you get for putting Timu shit on a shotgun, or shotguns don't need optics. And boy oh boy, read the comment section of that video, and you'll just see some of the most wild stuff, but just wrecked in that comment section.
Anyone who
But it's
says
just like
use
it's those
Loctite
screws
on their
came out.
stuff, dude, I've used Loctite on most all my optics. For some reason, the LPVO I have on my AR, because I was doing that pumpkin video. We're blowing up pumpkin with tannerite. I kept shooting this thing. I was like, I know I'm like hitting like at the pumpkin because I could see it's going through. Dust is hitting up on the dirt mountain. I'm like, am I hitting high on this? I get my because I got binoculars in my bag. I get them out and I'm looking. I'm like, dude, I'm hitting high on this thing. And then I look at my optic and I take it. I could flip back and forth. I'm like, huh. Tighten the screw a little bit. Aim. It finally hit it. I was like, oh my lord, that took way too much energy just to do all that.
Yeah, it's not supposed to
Yeah,
do
no.
that. It's
Oh,
a Zetter feature.
both my LPVO needs to be sighted in, and my because I got a canted red dot on mine too. My canted red dot is like off 2 inches to the left. So yeah, I gotta
uh,
redo that.
I hate zeroing optics. I
Oh,
hate it.
dude.
It's the worst part of guns is zeroing optics.
Nah, but on
Here's the
the
secret,
optics
everyone.
thing we were
Reaver's gonna
talking about
make body
earlier,
pillows.
the Sig Sauer Tango, is it the MSR? Yeah, MSR. It's pretty good.
Yeah, MSR.
It's got such a clear
I've been.
picture on it.
A lot of people talked about that one. I think. Yeah, a lot of people talked about that one, and it sounded pretty good. Anyone have experience with Swamp Fox? This is the only thing I know about Swamp Fox. I have one guy in my Discord who loves his Swamp Fox, and then another person in the same Discord did not believe in the Swamp Fox, and so he beat the crap out of it. And from what I understand, it held up. I don't know if it held zero, but it did. It didn't break. And so people either call it Swamp Fox and they like it, or the other side of the spectrum they call it Shit Fox. I That is the only thing I know about Swamp Fox, unfortunately. Have you got any experience with Swamp Fox, Copper
Technically,
Pop?
dude, I've never even heard of them. I've
You
never
what?
even heard of the brand. Like,
You've never heard of
no,
Swamp Fox?
this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, they're fairly large, fairly large. They're like I don't know, maybe like a less good Hollow Sun from what I know
Huh.
about it, but red Loctite, brother. The thing about red Loctite is like once it's on there, it isn't
You
really
gotta
coming
you
off
gotta
ever
use
again.
heat
So
to
I'm
get it off
scared of
at
it.
that point.
But the thing is, I'm a proud owner of a heat gun now. I'm a proud owner of a heat gun because I had to reform my holster. So I mean, if it's just heat, like that ain't too bad.
You could have just used a hair dryer.
I don't have a hair dryer. Oh, Quantum has a hair dryer.
I was gonna see how long it
I
took
spent I
you.
spent $60.
I was about to say, Quantum doesn't have a hair dryer.
I just She does. She does. She uses it every morning. You should see her hair. It's stunning. Heart heat gun? No, it's Ace Hardware brand heat gun. Hopefully it's better, so I don't get. But they only had one, so there you go.
Would you have a flamethrower as an attachment on your rifle?
Yes, 100%,
It would be so much fun.
100%, 100%. Like I want one that's roughly the size of like a 37 millimeter launcher. They've got that one that looks a little janky, but if they could make that a little bit more compact, even if it's just for a few good blasts, I'd I'd rock it. I'd rock it.
Exactly. It, dude, that would be so much fun to have at the range. See, I want to get Dragon's Breath, but my concern with using that at the range I go to is I'd shoot it and then something would catch on fire. And then I'm gonna be like, I don't have a fire extinguisher anymore.
That is a
Yes,
winter round.
but it doesn't snow in the south. Like when
PSA
it
sells a
does, it's
huge one
like,
with a backpack. That'd be sick. It's like an X15. That'd be cool. I saw Admin Results did one, and it was like a legitimate flamethrower, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. But I underbarrel stuff always excites me, in all my like the video games and Call of Duty. I always have a stupid ass underbarrel on my gun, and everyone makes fun of me for it. But every now and again, I'm a hero of the story with my underbarrel. Little noob tube. So any underbarrel, I'll put it on there. Little dart gun, little Nerf gun, it's on there. It's in.
I would love to find because they sell um the training versions of like the AT4 rocket launcher. They're like tack rounds. I'd love to find one of those. Just go to the local range, just pull that out, and then everyone's like, "What the heck did this guy get an AT4 rocket launcher?" That
It'd make a good
that
video. It'd
that
make
would
a
be
good
so much
video.
fun.
YouTube would probably demonetize
Oh
it,
yeah.
but it'd be a good video.
Like you could get like 3D printed like RPG sevens. I've been thinking about getting one and turning it like the warhead on it, getting a lava lamp and just turning it into a like nice living room decoration.
Now, if you can get that by the misses, I say that's an absolute
it
win. Go forward with
it'd be
it.
so much
And
fun.
one's in the chat if you should do it, everyone. Underbarrel 12 gauge, absolutely, absolutely. But I think you have to have like two things, like it's like two tack stamps for
Yeah,
that.
because it would
But
be
I'd for sure run one of those.
it'd be a short barrel shotgun. It would be pistol, but then you put it on your rifle, and then you just made it an AOW. So at that point,
I'd do
yeah,
it.
at that point, I think you would have to have a tax stamp to um, put it on a rifle.
I'd do it. I'd do it. Let's do it one day. I mean, I like honestly, if the caramel's heavy enough, who cares? I'd put it on the
Mhm.
caramel, and that would be
How
sick.
many of you guys are waiting
One stamp,
for
not
next
two.
year to do your tax stamps? Your tax stamps.
See, that's what I'm a little bit like. I feel like a lot of people are waiting for that, and I'm worried that um, there's going to be everyone's going to be waiting at the beginning of the year, and they'll do it, and then the suppressors that people want to get are not going to be in stock, and then they're going to have to wait like an extra like couple
Yeah,
months to
there's
do
already
it.
companies now that are
Um,
having like back order issues already on it. Because people buy them and then like they're waiting for that date to do it, and
Yeah. So that's for me. Like I thought about going in and just buying like a because I want an Osprey suppressor for the Vector, um, but I don't know if I'm going to end up buying one this year. But I'm just worried that if you there's I think there's just going to be a huge rush
yeah.
on them.
Well, hopefully they, because I don't know if you've seen it, Palmetto State and a whole bunch of other gun manufacturers are in a lawsuit with the government on trying to get those removed from the NFA item list because now it's no longer a tax stamp. It is now because for it to be a tax stamp, there has to be a tax on it. So now it's illegal. The way they have it set up or the way it's worded makes it now illegal for it to be on the NFA item list.
Hmm.
There's a bunch of YouTubers out there that's got a bunch of videos on it. So I could be saying it wrong, but a quick YouTube search will definitely give you guys all the answers to that.
Hmm. Not going to get paperwork through once January hits. Yeah, I think it's going to be busy. But I think right now everyone with the government shutdown, nobody's getting anything done either.
I don't even think
So
you can go
it's
buy a gun
kind
right
of
now.
bad
I think you
timing.
have to wait because of the system.
It, oh, that would suck. That would suck. I have an X45 with a 45 suppressor. Magnificent. Thought for a video series. How many Geneva Convention rules can you violate from home? Yeah, and then immediately after is a video that says how I got kicked off of YouTube. There you go. Uh,
How
the
NATO
Osprey suppressors
knocked
are
down
rad.
my
I've always
door
thought
at
they're
my
cool.
place of residence.
Yeah, yeah. It's like how I met my local ATF agent. Let me tell you about my 2 months in federal prison. Let me tell you about the man that I met in federal prison.
You're gonna make videos of how Reaver Reproach went from gun tuber to podcaster.
Yeah. It's like I can't have these anymore. I can't have it. I'm telling you, man. I'm just gonna go and do food reviews. It's so much easier.
Dude,
All I got to do is drink a soda and overreact to everything.
exactly. Well, all my viewers just watch me burn myself on my live stream when I cook.
We do a little cooking video,
It's
a little
all
cooking video.
Radio's fault too. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Radio, in the chat because I know every time you say he's gonna burn himself, 5 seconds later, guess what? I'm burning myself. So it's all your fault, dude.
The Geneva Convention one also needs to be answered with how much alcohol is involved. Listen, listen. Quantum and I try to do a 20K Q&A video, and uh, we got so we got we got a little. It was a little much, and we tried to edit it. It's like this is impossible. So we had to wait until the 30K Q&A. We refilmed it because it was so bad, so bad. So we gotta keep the amount of alcohol in those to a respectable level.
Dude,
What's up, gentlemen? What's up, Cody?
20K subscribers, that would be insane. I'm almost at 1,000, which is I think is insane. But 20K, that's a dream right there. That's a dream for sure.
You, you, and this is what everybody says, and I fully agree with it. If you can get to 1,000 subscribers, like if you can go through the effort of going through it and getting to 1,000 subscribers, if you want to do it, you can get to whatever number you
Exactly.
want because the first 1,000 is the hardest for like so many different reasons. Not really like putting in the work and stuff like that, but just like dealing with YouTube, learning how it works, and then like honestly, the shitheads in the comment section. If you can get to 1,000, you can get to any number you want.
Exactly. It's like I tell all my viewers who do like, cause I got a bunch of like smaller gun tubers too that like talk to you, talk to radio, a bunch of other guys, and I always tell them like, guys, don't give up on something that you want to do. If you want to do YouTube, if you want to do gun tuber stuff, do it because the only person that's stopping you is yourself. And if you aren't going to be that person, 2 years down the road going, hey, I'm happy with what I accomplished because I pushed through those, those obstacles, those demons, and like was on top of it. Like, would you rather be that person that said, hey, I did it, or hey, I wish I would have done it?
Yeah, and it can be hard to get started
Yeah,
again. But I mean, if you want to do it, like I'm all for it. Go do it. It's just like if I tell anything, like don't respond to hate comments. I like to have my fun with my hate comments, and sometimes like we turn things around. But I mean, you're gonna deal with people that don't like you, and like there's so many people that go in that are literally trying to find something to hate you for. Like they will search anything. Like
exactly.
a video of me in Quantum and me just like deploying the suppressor, or not the suppressor, but the
I
stock of
remember the
my
first
flux
hate
radiator.
comment I
Like,
got. I texted you. I was like, dude, got my first hate comment. And you're like,
yeah.
you finally made it, dude. You finally made it.
Reaver, would you do a Rumble or a Twitch to show off some gear? Yeah, I've got a fairly established Twitch channel. If you want to follow my Twitch and we do that, it's Merciless Reaver. Approach eventually. No. Oh, hi. Okay, we're back.
I was
Um,
about to say, yeah,
so
I'm having a little bit of lag too on my end, just a little bit.
okay, I would absolutely do that. One like we'll do stuff on Twitch so we can show off stuff because as you can see, I had to tear down my gun wall or take off all my stuff. Um, it would be cool to like handle stuff and be able to talk about it. So we'll absolutely get one. Wasted for 20K. It was rough, but it was still fun. The boys told me about being in the call for the 20K. What boys? What boys? Remember, everyone, don't clean your guns. Let it crust. Ban them.
Ban them,
Ban them.
ban them. Unless it's an
Clean your
AK.
guns. At
Unless
least
it's
clean your
an
concealed
AK,
carry.
then I guess it's okay. But I finally cleaned my
I
glow the other day, and I
like.
was like, oh
I
my
think I was
lord,
on. It was a little
it was
rough.
it was bad. Like I was like lubed it up
Sean
first
Sevi.
time I
You can
bought it,
have
and I
it.
was like, we're just gonna put a little grease because I don't use gun oil. I use gun grease on mine. It just works better. I don't know why, but I prefer it over gun oil. But like I greased it up one time, and then like 2 days ago, I was like, maybe I should clean this. I probably put like
Give it a little love.
like over 1,000 rounds through it. I was like, we're gonna need to clean this up sometime because you can feel it in the actions getting a little crusty, and I'm like, hmm. I remember this being a little bit easier to pull back.
I use grease too. I think it's better for most things. Um, What's
MP5s
up,
love it.
Trailcat? How are
Don't
you, my man?
use if you get one, don't use gun oil on MP5. Use the grease on it. It works so much better. It just doesn't like gun oil. Probably that roller delay
Okay.
design though.
Offer, mm, I offered to help clean my buddy's duck hunting gun, and there was shit in there that I've never seen before, crusted into the
Oh,
action. Don't let your guns get to that point. Don't let your guns get to that point. I'd be lying if I said some of my guns haven't got to that point, but don't let your guns get to that point.
What radio?
Radio, it's kind of a gray area. Some things say that it's okay. Other things say that it's not okay to have guns in the background. Um, YouTube can just retroactively change that and strike your channel. This isn't even my hold up displays wall. This is my mod wall. This was my one before I got sent stuff from hold up. The other gun wall is right over there. I didn't have to take that one down because it's not in camera. It's not in camera view. But YouTube is a fickle bitch. So I was like, I'll take it down. I'll take it down. And it's not lopsided. Thank you very much.
It's off by that
Perfectly
much.
level with my Walmart level. It was a Walmart level though.
Little did he know he had the level upside down.
It does. He's gaslighting me. He's gaslighting me. All right, man. What's in your what's in your what's in your two? What are you working on? What's your next project?
Well, I'm working on getting a VC61 Scorpion, so I got that, which is also kind of like, do I want to SBR that too when I get it? But right now, that's pretty much it. I got a battle axe video I'm doing. That's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I got a cantaloupe, so it's good.
I got a candle. Okay, I can see that. Are you gonna eat it afterwards?
Which how many of you guys remember the old like Mr. Potato Head, like before it was like the plastic, you actually had the like the eyes and stuff like that. You could put it on an actual potato, and then they banned them because they had kids, stabbing their siblings with Mr. Potato Head eyes. Yeah,
It's
it's
actually
kind of
kind of
like
funny.
lawn darts. Lawn darts aren't a thing anymore.
Which is a shame because the lawn darts were
They
pretty
were.
cool. I still see I see some of those pop up on videos sometimes. It's like a Chinese company who was making these lawn darts, and then I got to see a family having fun, and then it's a quick trip to the ER.
Exactly. I guess if you wanted to do it, you just get a bow and just do it that way. Get a compound bow.
That is that is I need to do a bow video. But that is the poor man's lawnmower, I
Exactly.
suppose.
People in the
I want to
South
do like an
say the redneck
apocalypse
version.
loadout, but use yeah. I want to do an apocalypse video, but use like only a compound bow. But like I'm just awful with my bow, and maybe the thing is I'm awful with my guns too. So I mean, we'll just edit
See,
in the
that's what you
post.
do though. You
But I've
take
been
you
wanting to
take your
do one of those. I
bow
think it'd
and
be kind of
then
fun.
you like miss, and then you go, man, screw this. Then you grab your rifle and then just use that. And they're like, this is why rifles are better than bows.
That actually would be really funny at it. I'm gonna steal that when that video comes to fruition. We're gonna do it.
Exactly.
Jarts at ReaverCon. Oh man. Oh man. ReaverCon's gonna be in Vegas 2027. I'll see y'all there.
That would be so cool.
Wait, I I want to. I like Shot Show 2 is I think would be just such an easy way to connect with everybody, and Vegas isn't too far from me, so it'd be easy to go to. It's close to an airport. There's a lot of stuff down there, and I think it'd be really fun. There's a lot of people I really want to like connect with. There's also a few people that I'm scared of.
Like who?
I've got people. Um,
The
some people
mob.
have left some wild things.
It's the mob. It's totally the mob.
Some wild
He's
things.
terrified of the mob.
Yeah. Yes, I have a mob in my where I live, my middle of nowhere town. No, there's just some weird things, and people are a little weird, and like you're being like a paranoid, but it's like uh, yeah. Like I had one guy wanting to put he was threatening to put CP on my computer because he was mad that I was shooting some gun. So I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I looked up my firewalls that
I
night.
had
Hold up, you still live? Yeah, we're still going.
I had a guy get mad at me in one of my videos because of that glue I have. He got mad because I had a Israel weapon or Israel's rifle, and I'm like, dude, I just have it because it's cool. That's like getting mad at me because I get
Yeah.
an MP40 or something.
I have I forget who it was, but I've got my IWI Tavor, and then I've got like the HK stuff, so like or Walther like German
Yeah,
stuff. So it's truly a blend of both. I don't pick sides apparently. Shot Show is crazy expensive. Check hotels right now. I never looked actually. Well, because the Gundies were last year, and I got nominated for one, and Quantum and I wanted to go, but we were getting off a cruise ship that day, and so we would have had to get off a cruise ship, fly back home, and then drive like 7 or 8 hours to Vegas. Um, and so like we thought about doing it, but they weren't overly expensive. It was like $150 a night, which is doable, I think, for Vegas. But um I know
okay.
there's probably some cheaper stuff too, but I'm sure everything goes up around SHOT Show, and because they have like two major
They
conventions at
have
the
a
same time.
concrete convention going on at the same time. A
They have what?
concrete convention,
Like concrete,
like actual concrete. Yeah, I don't
like
know
literally
what
like
they do at the concrete
no.
convention, but
Huh.
yeah,
You'd think they'd pick any other time.
I-
Any other time.
probably not.
People want to be mad for the sake of being mad. Yeah, they really do.
Nah, Shot Show though, that's definitely a goal too
Gunnies.
for my channel. Going to the Shot Show would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do think it'd be blast. I'd want to go and have a couple drinks with some people and just like chat about stuff. I think it'd be really really rad.
Funny man, we'll
Uh,
recreate
uh,
that video from The Rock and Kevin Hart. It's like, you're in my video, man. Get out.
what the Sigma? What's up, my man? What is up? We didn't rip on Swamp Fox too hard. I don't have like any experience with it, so I try not to shit talk unless I have actual experience with something because a lot of people jump on the bandwagon of oh something sucks, but they've never actually used it themselves. Um, so or they make an opinion because they held a gun and they didn't like it, and I hate that. It's like put 2,000 rounds through it at a training camp or like some training. I promise you, your opinion might change, like for bullpups and stuff like that.
I definitely want a bullpup. I've always been a fan of bullpups.
Man, get like an X95 or something. Like it's great. I mean, unless you just want. I mean, I actually maybe the Celtic RDB. I think they're pretty affordable and they're pretty decent from everything that I've seen about it. I don't have one myself, so I can't speak to too much. But from what people have said, they're pretty excited
Yeah,
about it, and I think it's pretty affordable too.
I definitely need to
Yeah.
look into it more.
But that's the thing is like there's so many things that it's just like I want I've been looking at an MP5 forever, not the Hellcat Pro. Um, I've been looking at so many different guns, and then I should have got an MP5 instead of an AR.
The
I
Hellcat
should have
Pro
gotten an MP5 instead of an AR.
to 421. Yeah. See, what's his name?
I mean, the SAR model.
Oh, that did a video with PSR. He's got like it's like a Steyr AUG, but it's not like, an actual AUG. It's got all AR-15 parts in it, so you can just drop an FRT in it. That'd be that would be so
Interesting.
much fun, and it's half the price of an AUG too.
Honestly, an AUG would be. I do. I know some people don't like the AUGs, but I wouldn't mind getting just the modern AUGs that are just like have a bunch of rails
Mhm.
everywhere. I think those look cool. I don't like the older ones too much, just for the sake of aesthetics. But I think the other one would be
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. Shooting one with an FRT, that would be insane.
I want a vector before an MP5, but not really disappointed. The thing is, the vector gets more hate than it deserves, in my opinion. I have the worst vector imaginable, and I will shit talk it all the time, but I still love it. It's just my older brother syndrome. And the only reason why I don't like it is because of the long barrel. If I had the short version, I'd probably like it almost as much as the Flux Raider. And we all know how much I simp for the Flux Raider.
I need to get a vector. That's what, but I got the MP5K. I got the smaller one because like everyone's got just a regular MP5, and I don't think I've seen many people with the
Mhm.
MP5K. So I was like, that's what I'm going for.
It is pretty cool. Like I've recently started to really, really like short, compact guns just because they're so much more comfortable to use and shoot. And as I've like as my thought process has changed, I'm usually not shooting past like 500 or 600 yards. So sometimes the smaller stuff really, really works
Yeah.
well. And especially for something like an MP5, right? It's amazing at what it
Mhm.
does.
Well, I did that video with the MP5 at 100 yards, and like it's still pretty accurate with was like a 3.5 inch barrel at that, and it's still pretty accurate
It's
for
got a pistol barrel
yeah.
in it.
So it's pretty short head barrel, but it's still pretty accurate at 100 yards. So I mean, if you're trying to hit someone, you might have a little difficulty, but
Is there any love for the Vector in 45 ACP anymore? I think so. I think so. I bought mine in 9mm just so I could use the same mags as my Glocks. Which I mean, I just have the Glock 19, so if that thought process is useful or not, I don't know. But that is what I did. It'd probably be a little bit more
10
feasible,
millimeter
a little bit
supremacy.
better in 45.
I've never shot 10 millimeter.
I've shot a 10 mil handgun once, and it was like 5 rounds, uh, and then I can't even have an opinion on it.
So yeah, I've never shot 10
Really want to
millimeter.
stay
Be
up and
able to
talk,
be
but
like,
my
yeah,
wife
that's
says I
good.
can't stay up too late. Sure. No, it was fine, and it's like I mean, the thing is, like, I don't think I could shoot a 10mm very well just from that experience.
It's dude who
Um,
forgot the knife 3 years
so,
ago. What?
uh, first off, it wasn't 3 years ago. It was almost a year ago when I made that stalker video. Thank you very much. In my stalker video, I went through a stalker loadout, and I didn't have a knife. I didn't have a knife.
Oh,
And it's like a couple people said something like, "How do you do a stalker video and not have a knife?" So very, very, very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. Don't worry, I brought lock picks, but goddamn, I forgot a knife. Uh,
hey, you could scavenge that, I guess.
gotta go to the dentist tomorrow. No worries, my man. Yeah, yeah, you can just find it somewhere. I actually made knives. They're these crazy little knives, just out of fun because I carved out the sensor of the AK mags, those metal AK mags, and then I kind of like they got really really sharp edges after you Dremel them out, and I made a couple knives out of those just for fun, and I'm like, okay, cool. Now here's my scavenged little AK mags.
That's awesome.
Wait, I've been watching a lot of stalker loadout gear vids, so I couldn't remember. No worries, man. I don't expect anyone to look at the time of when it happened, but yeah, it's more recent, so it makes it more embarrassing for me.
Speaking of metal
Ghost
mags,
of
I
Stalker
still
Path
need to
had
get
exited the
like
chat.
figure out what's wrong with my glow mag on that metal mag I have. I still have it feeding. It's like going up and bending the round. I still have that issue. I don't know. Nope, no problem. I don't have a problem with the polymer mags, but the metal mags just does not work.
I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is, which kind of sucks because they're
Yeah,
expensive.
it was about $60. I think it's a feed lip issue because if you look at the polymer mag, it curves down towards the front, so it's more back on the magazine, so I'm thinking that needs to be trimmed down on the metal mag just to get it to feed right, or just bend the feed lips on the front. I'll try it and see if that fixes it, but I mean, because it's a true Galil magazine,
Yeah.
so.
Sucks.
But hey, Classic Firearms had them for like
Ironically,
10 bucks.
lockpicks. Did you buy
I
them though?
bought like 3 of them today. I've got
Good,
2 last
good.
week and then 3 more on the way.
Hell yeah. Okay, bye, Roach.
'Cause
I'm being
I
too
like
frisky.
doing the
Lockpicks
tactical
are for the main
reload
game.
and then
Uh
get blasted on the internet because I got them backwards.
huh. uh, I'm trying to load up as many mags, so like when I go to the range, I don't have to like spend time reloading gun magazines. So I'm just gonna go load like 100 mags before I go out, and then go and do it. So whenever a sale comes in, like boom, buy 10 mags, buy 10 mags. It'll just be so much faster than loading mags all day.
Okay, do you load your magazines before you go to the range or when you're at the range?
I load my first batch because I mean, depending on what I'm shooting, I have like 4, 5, 6 mags. So I load them before, and then when I get there, I shoot them, and then I have to keep loading them.
Yeah. Sometimes I
But it would just be
forget
so much easier
because
if
I'm in such a
if
rush to get to the range to get as much content as possible, and I forget to load them. I get there and I go, "This is gonna be 30 minutes of just loading 4 guns that I brought."
yep, yep. Yeah, I just same thing. Uh, Instead of SHOT Show Gundies, gun tubers need a Coachella Desert meetup. It's not overly huge, limited to creators and chill hanging out. Yeah, I'd be there. I'd be there. It'd be super fun to do that. Super fun. It'd be cheaper too. Um, One other YouTuber, my dude AZ, he wants to do a meetup. He lives a couple hours away from me, and he's like, "Let's just test our bug out bags. Like we go for a night and test our bug out bags." And I'm like, I really like that because all these people fantasize about bugging out, and they've got this, backpack, and like I can guarantee you, you're going to be effing miserable. So I don't like if you want to get like if you go give it a go, it's probably going to be really eye
Yeah.
opening. But if you're planning on using that and like going out into the woods and bugging out, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck, and you're gonna miss your cats.
On what radio said, that would be a lot of fun. I've toyed with the idea of a creator's range day, kind of like what Brandon Herrera and Donut Operator do. That would be a lot of fun though, because if you could get like a bunch of different creators to come out to do something like that, that would be a lot of fun.
I think so too. I think so too. I mean, it's kind of just like, I mean, you can get like a bunch of, I mean, you do your own community meetup too, because then you can do anything. And it's smaller and it's only the people that you actually want to see. I've been wanting to do that, in a couple of years, and just like we just go somewhere. It doesn't have to be Gundy's or something like that, but we go somewhere and we're good.
Sweet. Hold on.
One second, let me
Thank
plug
you.
in my
I
phone.
figured it was starting to get cold.
It is very freezing out here. It's a good thing I'm originally
So I think
from
that'd be
Michigan.
rad. Rules. Ooh. Rules of Engagement Gray State actually looks hella cool. Uh, I think that's going to be a really cool game if it ever actually comes out. I'm afraid there's a bunch of these games that end up not actually coming out. They're really cool in their ideas. Oh, that's the wrong chord. Sorry, gang.
I really hope this is not very loud on the live stream. I'm so sorry, guys, if your ears are now blasted. It got
No, I did not hear
a
a
wee
single
bit
thing, my
chilly
man.
out here. But hey, I'm originally from Michigan, so
Okay.
it's not
I had to plug my phone
it's
in.
not a very cold. I don't even know what my phone's at. Let me check. Oh, 36. I'll be fine. I'll be fine for another
Okay.
like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
But nah, yeah.
Okay.
What the
Rules of Engagement,
the
Gray State. I think it looks like bitchin'.
what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like on the because I got up to grab the sweatshirt, um, on the Creators Range Day where like because I know I talked to radio a few times on it, and was like it'd be so much fun to do that, and then like even like 3 days prior, all of us get up together and do, you know, a hangout where we just either do a live stream or even just cook or something, and then radio could watch me burn myself in the IRL.
Yeah, I'm totally down to do that. You get like 10, 15, 20
Yeah,
people, and I think it would just be an absolute blast. Bring out some weird guns and shoot the weird guns that everybody has, and kind of just see it's like, oh yeah, this gun is trash, or like this is like it's a crazy gun, but it is
yeah.
fun.
That could you imagine just like say like I travel to wherever we're going, like TSA is like, where are you going with all this stuff? Like if I were to fly with all of it, like that would be insane.
Man, I honestly like it seems like such a hassle, and I've heard some like weird
Mhm.
stories. I'd probably just try to drive it and then see how it would
Yeah, I
go.
think I would
Take the long route
drive
if I have
to
to,
if I
if there's a
were to
weird
go do
laws.
that. That would be so funny. They're like the facial expressions they would have, they would be like, where are you going, sir? Like, I'm just going to Ukraine,
Reaver, I got a Chiappa Rhino. And yeah, oh God. Got a Chiappa Rhino in 357 because of your video. I got the OD green one. Hell yeah. Love the Rhino. Love the Rhino. I wish I could say I own one. I just shoot my friends all the time and I love it. Tell me if you love it too, because I hear some weird things about it. As an SCP fan, I highly doubt it would live up to expectations, but I still think it's incredible. And even if it's just like a smaller game, like there's that new SCP game that they've been working on for a while. I forget what it's called, but I played through it with my friends. Like, still fun. I need to get up with a guy in Fort Hood who is going to host one. Even has a 50 cal for use. Oh man, that'd be sick. Lodging on site would be centrally located. All right. Like I, I wanted to do a go hog hunting from a chopper for like my graduation present to myself. So maybe like a couple of us can all do that. Like that'd be hella sick.
Reaper needs a 9 millimeter high point that he can toss at the targets instead of shooting them. Yeah.
I'd be more accurate. I'd be more accurate.
See, I thought about getting one and just painting it gold
Uh,
and get one of those old like 90s like bejewelers and stuff like that. Just put like fake diamonds all over it.
is this a live or a Memorex? I don't know what a Memorex is, but it is alive. If I were to fly with all my guns, I would immediately flag and lose my gun rights because Pittsburgh seems to have an article every month about someone getting caught with a gun. Yikes. Range 20 up to 5 inch, smaller. I can still carry the full size. I can still carry the full size, the Rhino. I don't care. I think it'd be just awesome, and it feels like very cyberpunk. I'd totally do it. You're too
I'm
young to
too
remember those
young to
commercials,
remember those
apparently.
commercials. Maybe a little bit, but I still
Everyone calls
remember,
me old.
yard darts or lawn darts.
Yeah, I'm 31. I'm with it. I'm aged.
I'm
Aged.
almost 27. Almost getting there.
You're right there.
Just a slow cooked baked potato.
All right. What is the worst thing on your kit? What do you hate the most on your kit that you want to change?
I gotta get a whole new plate carrier setup. Like I just switched to a different battle belt setup, and with like the first thing I did was completely redid it where instead of having dual mag setup, it's a single mag, and I have it angled enough to where I could just reach
Okay.
back, pull it out, and then up into either my AR or Galil, depending on which one I'm filming with. Also, there's a cat's butt in the camera.
You like that?
But I did that, and then also did a instead of a what do they call them? Not a Velcro holster, but it's more along the lines of a belt clip holster for drop leg. I got a friend who's in the process of manufacturing, metal skeletonized holster, so it matches up with different, holster brands. So he gave me one of those, and so far I liked it. I haven't had problems. Like, I thought I was gonna have a problem like sitting down with it. Like, I thought it was gonna, ride my leg weird and just like feel like my legs being suffocated. No, I haven't had issue with it.
Okay. All right. I drop legs get a lot of hate, and I used one for a while. I still don't know if I like the Safari Land too
Yeah,
much. Um, Fox didn't know Reaver did lives, dude. This is the first
yeah,
one. This is the first one I've ever done.
dude, I like his videos. His videos are
So
amazing too.
yeah, dude, W's in the chat for Fox. What a rad guy, cool
Yeah,
videos, good content. But YouTube just keeps slapping him
dude,
down. Sucks.
like
It
disappeared. Everyone's like, "Where'd
sucks.
he go?"
And
And then he like makes a video about how YouTube pretty much was screwing him over, and I'm like, "That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it."
yeah, it's just YouTube. That's stupid. It's like
It
an idiot.
is.
Safari Land is the goat. It's great. It is so good. But I don't like how I've got my current setup right now. I need to get the QLS fork so it has a little bit of stand up for my belt. And it'll make it a little bit more comfortable with my current setup. I was not loving it, but it just needs to be some change on me.
What do we think of the
Um,
Glock
let's
situation?
see. I run an HKVP9 Tactical. I mean, we talked about this a little
Yeah,
bit earlier. And the way I see it is, they're getting forced into a corner. They can either do it now or they can do it in a couple months when they get sued into oblivion. So it kind of sucks because it sounds like they're bending the knee, but I think they just realize that they can either do it this way or they can they can do it without losing loads of money. So I really don't care. It's fine. It's like I wasn't planning to put a switch on any of my guns, so I'm not that worried about it. Um, but I do know sometimes it can be a slippery slope when gun companies don't hold their ground.
yeah. Oh, poor Ruger. They were based in was it New Jersey for long, like wherever they were based out of. They've been there since like the 1800s, and they were pretty much forced out of the state because of just how many regulations and everything that the state was implementing. They're like, we're better off going to a state that's not gonna, give us a whole bunch of runaround and everything.
Yeah. I'm pretty lucky to live in a state that I mean is pretty good for that sort of stuff. It's decent. It's not perfect, but I mean I don't think any states
Yeah,
are.
no.
One thing I hate about my kit is I don't like running a belt because I live in the mountains and it chafes the hell out of me. And I feel like people have two schools of thought with battle belts or gun belts or anything. They either like their belts or they hate it and they're never gonna run one. I say I'm a belt guy. I love belt kit. It's just very comfortable for me. I'd rather have a belt than like a chest rig. But but that's just me. That's just me.
Scar got discontinued. Yeah. Tommy, I would say if you're gonna buy a Scar, now would probably be the best time before they skyrocket in prices, because you already know they're gonna go up.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone's gonna start wanting to panic
well, let's see
buy
if I
them
can even
too.
find one. Yeah,
Australia is, yeah.
let's see. Let's see if they've jumped up in price.
So what? Originally like
Scar.
3K for a basic one, the 5.56, or is that the 308?
Uh, I'd want the three oh, it's sold. They're all selling. They're all getting sold out. No.
Told you.
Oh my
It's
god.
gonna be supply and demand. Or you know what? This is FN's doing it. You know, they saying they discontinue it. They're doing the hostess thing. You know, they saying they closing down. They discontinuing it, shutting down everything, and then they coming back and be like, "Hey, we got you guys."
Yeah, we're about to get clowned on. Yeah, because I want the 308 version, the 17S, and sold, so, sold. I can't imagine how expensive they're going to be soon. In box, no round cycled, $3,600. Oh, mm, oh,
That's insane. Yeah, they're
one day. That was my grail
either
gun,
it's
everybody.
two one or two. You know, two things are gonna happen. They're either gonna go up in price because everyone's gonna want one, or they're gonna drop down in price because no one's gonna want one because of everything that's happened.
I I think there's plenty of people. It's got enough. It's got enough of a
Yeah,
reputation that I think the price is going to jump, at least a fair amount. Good night, Flirter. Um, I think it's going to jump quite a bit because it's an iconic gun. It's plenty of people really like it either for like video games like me, just because they think it's cool, or otherwise. If it goes the route that you say, which actually would be really cool, and they've just got like a newer
it's
model of the
fall into
cigar that
like
kind of replaces it
a
and it kind of
surplus
takes its
type style price. That would be nice. Be like a Mosin. Buy a
yeah,
crate of
because then
Mosins.
it might be okay. Is that how you say his
That's how
name?
you say. I
No,
was gonna say the
no.
same thing too.
I I deliberately mess up his name every single time on purpose because I think it's funny. He did tell me how to say it once, and I've forgotten. But I can tell you, I don't say his name right.
I think it's Phil.
Maybe.
No, it's not. It's
Do you think there's a new
1972.
AR-FN announced? Um, I think it's going to go the way Copper said, and there's going to be a scar or a new AR or rifle from FN announced at Shot Show in a couple of years, maybe this year. That would be cool. But maybe what they want to do is like let it cook for a little bit, go for a couple of years, let all the surplus dry up, and then get the parts purchased, get their warehouses empty, and then they do a new one, and then people buy that one
Yeah,
too.
that's kind of what I'm hoping at Shot Show that they announced a completely different, same style scar, but it's because they're still making a version of the scar, but I think it's only in 300 blackout, and it's like a 7-inch, 10-inch barrel, so it's a pistol, but you know,
Mm, mm. And I need the UGG
yeah,
boot stock. It's not a scar
exactly.
unless you got the UGG boot stock.
That's like the PSA Jackal. Like looking at one of those, it's like you could get a wired stock or the UGG boot stock, and I'm like, if I'm gonna
Mhm.
get one, I have to get the UGG boot.
All right, Reed's got to go to bed. Copper, you have a new subscriber. See you
I
guys.
appreciate that, by
Have
the
a
way.
good chat for sure, man. Have a great night. Have a great night.
I appreciate every new
Thank you for
subscriber.
being here.
Like
Okay.
y'all make these channels happen. By the way, like I know Reverb can explain from experience too, but like you guys have made these channels what they are, and like yeah, we do it for the fun. Like I know he does it for fun. I know I do it for fun, but we also do it for you guys because we enjoy it. We enjoy seeing you guys. We enjoy having the tism on the channel a little bit. So I definitely appreciate every single one of my subscribers, and I know he appreciates all of his subscribers.
No doubt. No doubt. It's always nice and going sub you sub first video I've seen of yours, man, subbed, or there'll be people that come in to like, I wasn't sure about you at first. And I'm like, yeah, it takes a second. I get that. But it's always rad.
I honestly was surprised when I
Reaver
first
got me through post COVID.
found your channel, and I was like, I'm gonna message him real quick because I had just started the GunTuber stuff, and I was like, there's no way this guy with 30,000 subscribers is gonna message me back, and then you did. I was like, just so excited.
Yeah, man, the people are the favorite, the best part of YouTube. They're the best part of YouTube. So, like, someone messages me on like Instagram or something like that. I'm like, cool, cool. I don't know why they want my advice, but cool. When is someone going to make a repro AN-94 or an AEK series of rifle? Man, I feel like the only people taking like crazy wild risks with that is like PSA.
They need to bring back the
A
STG
repro
44.
AN-94 would be kind of sick.
That would be so cool. The STG 44 by PSA. I wish they would.
Were they talking about that? But it kind of
It
got
got
like put
side.
on back
Yeah, it
burner.
got put on the back burner because they were doing the MP7 clone that they're coming out with, which I think that's in 5.7.
Oh
So,
yeah,
but hey, what would be cool to have
UPSA
is an
QC is dog shit.
AK-50.
That does seem to be the way. I mean, it's in Tarkov,
Yeah,
so it's in like I made it in Tarkov, so maybe it'll get Brent Herrera will push it out and he'll be doing a bunch of AK-50s. That shit
yeah, because
wild.
Brandon Herrera did
Um,
that.
yeah,
He's the one that created that thing, and that's cool.
yeah, and you can tell the who is it? Nikita, who makes Tarkov. He's the creative director, whatever owns it. You can tell he's a Brandon Herrera enjoyer.
Have you seen the live stream
COD or
with him?
Battlefield 6? Ooh.
How everyone's like, "Hey, you need to kind of reiterate what you said real quick," because he's Russian. He doesn't like his English is not very good, and so sometimes like with foreigners, it certain things just don't match up sometimes. And he was talking about a group in Russia fighting Ukraine. He's like, there's some like I don't know if it's like the special ops or whatever they are, but they're like black something, right? And he goes, yeah, them black people are bad over there. And you're like, you need to reiterate that real quick. He's saying the
Ooh, yeah,
Russians
yeah.
are bad. He's saying
That's
the
not
Russians are
translating
bad.
well.
It's like
Battlefield or COD? Um,
Battlefield.
Battlefield. COD is the last good Call of Duty was 2019 Modern Warfare. I played the shit out of that, especially during COVID. And then before that, like they've been rough. I don't like where it's gone. I hate all the like silly little camos and shit like that. I the Omni movement is like I'm too old for that shit. So Battlefield for me, I've been a huge Battlefield player for most of my life. Where you at, Copper? What do you
Battlefield for
what do you
me.
up? Battlefield or COD?
I see Battlefield's my
My man.
thing, but I grew up with the old Call of Duty, World at War, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2. Like that's partially of my collection of firearms that I have is from those video games.
And truly, I mean, those are there was it was just it was a different time. It was a different time, and play styles have changed, and I get that. Like World at War was so cool, discovering zombies, beating the game and you getting zombies, and like I feel like they really depicted it. Like it just the campaign
Yeah,
was
talk
awesome, and
about a
it was
video
very very
game
brutal.
like
But
you finish the campaign, you're like, "Oh, I think I'm done with this." And then it pushes you into zombies and you're like, "What is this new game mode?" Like I don't think they were planning on it
yeah,
taking off the way
oh,
it did, but man, which funny story. My mother, nice person she is, scared the crap out of my cousin, made him think that fog is where the zombies come from because he's a city boy, so he's never seen fog before. We come up to Michigan to visit, and he's like, "What's that?" And my mom's like, "That's where the zombies come from." And he's like, "What?" My aunt called her and she's like, "Hey, my son's now terrified of fog and will not go outside if there's fog." Because like that game just came out. Call of
hell
Duty
yeah.
World at War just came out. We were all playing it, and it's like no
hmm
one like you saw fog and you're like, round one has just started.
Oh man. I'd still buy it, but the my favorite one is the AK-102 as a weapon system. I would love one of those. I'd still want to put someone from Meridian Defenses building it. Okay.
Someone
What's up, Mr.
someone needs
A?
to make the
Hello, hello.
AN-94.
I oh for sure, for
Like, that
sure.
would be
I mean
if it
the thing
even if
is
it didn't
it's
have the 2-round burst or hyper burst, whatever that system is, just having a semi-auto on that, that'd be perfect.
it gotta be rad. Have you tried the NVG and Stalker yet? No, I have not jumped back into Stalker. I graduated a couple weeks ago, and my life has been consumed with making a haunted house for where I work, and then trying to do two more reviews. And then when I do have time, I've been playing so much Arena Breakout with my friends. It's been insane. Battlefield 4 Locker 870 full choke with buckshot. Man, I used the what was it? The UTS. So it was like the weird crazy shotgun with two tubes. The UTS with flechette rounds. That was my go-to for Locker.
I just remember I need
Bad
you to
Company
send me
3.
a
You
picture of
deserve it.
your AK, with a dust cover off and everything. I need to look at the trigger group because I don't have an AK. I wanna see if I can get an FRT to work in my glue. So
Do it.
I just need a picture so I can compare them and be like, okay, I need to modify this, I need to modify that, so I can see if I can get it to work. Because there's another gun tuber, Northwood
Oof.
Arsenal. He does kind of those videos where there's no talking whatsoever, and it's just ASMR pretty much, just loading and then firing, and that's it. He does videos like that. He's trying to get one to
Yeah.
work, AK FRT to work in his, and I'm like, you need to let me know. But I definitely want to try it too.
Nice. I mean, I'd love to see how it turns out, and I bet it's possible. I bet it's possible. I don't think it's too different.
Mm,
I've
There's
never seen the
probably like
trigger
a
group
slight difference
for
on
one of
it.
them, but I bet you could do it. No,
Yeah, I think there's like a slight difference, but I
yeah.
don't think it's a whole lot, like that much of a difference on it. Because that's what it is. It's pretty much an AK
Okay.
that shoots
Oh,
5.56. Because Israel wanted to be part of NATO, and their stipulation, NATO stipulation was you need to have something that's in 5.56. And they went to a guy named I think his name was Israel Baleshnikov. And they're like, hey, we're gonna change your name too, so it's gonna be Israel Galili. And that's how the Galil was made. Is they're like, your name's too similar to Kalashnikov. So he took the AK and then took an AR-15 or an M4 or M16, whatever. Well, because I think it was designed in the 50s. I think is when he started the design of it, and I don't think it came out till the 60s. And he took both of them and was like, okay, I need it 5.56, but I want the reliability of an AK. So it's pretty much like if you took the bolt carrier of the Galil and an AK and put them side by side, you'd be like, okay, there's slight difference, but they're about the same.
okay. All right. All right. I uh,
Proper time,
I'd
you
love to see
didn't
it pulled
send me a
off. I'd love
message
to see it
about
pulled off.
the live. I hope I didn't. You missed about 2 hours of a live stream. I'm sorry. I'm
We've just been
sorry.
gabbing though. We've just been gabbing. Comments reloaded. Hello. Good to see you again. Get a bill if you want a 5.56 AK. I do want a 5.56 AK. 7.62 is getting kind of expensive and a little bit harder to
Galil
find.
Ace. That's what
I
you
think it'd
need.
be pretty cool to get a 5.56 one. An Ace would be sick. It would be sick because that's the modernized version
Yeah,
of the Galil. Am I right?
it's just got more, cool stuff
Yeah.
on it.
Okay. I love the silly little cool stuff on it. I don't like I like stuff with rails and stuff like that because I want to put a bunch of garbage on my guns and I just can't help myself. Back ops that on.
It's like taking every attachment that you have and you just go, huh, it don't need this ACOG on the side, but we're gonna put it on the side.
Listen, it's all practical. It's all practical. I go to look at my guns and they're not up there right now. It's all practical because like it's got a flashlight, it's got a laser, it's got a thermal, it's got an offset. Technically, it could be argued: is it too much? Probably. Am I going to stop? No.
But I mean, every attachment has its uses. Like you could use it, like honestly, if things were to fall apart, a flashlight, good way for night ops. Like if you have something that you need to clear a building at night, or you go into a building because if the world does fall apart, there's not going to be power anywhere. So you need a flashlight to be able to clear a building safely. Foregrip, even a foregrip or an angle grip is definitely a good option to have for stability. I know a lot of people do the whole C clamp thing, but I mean, you have the ability to pull back more into your shoulder to get that more accurate shot. I don't know about you, but I
Sure.
prefer an LPVO on my rifle over a red dot. I mean, red dot with a magnifier is nice, but having the ability to, you know, adjust my LPVO for distance or closer, that is a nice option.
Hmm. Yeah, 100% agree. And like I like night vision. I like everything that night vision offers, and so like it's gonna be set up for night vision. Like every single one of my KSG got set up for night vision, and that thing is like if you're shooting night and with that, it's like it's silly, it's stupid, but I like it.
AT4 set up for
It
night
called with
vision.
piggyback RMR. Yeah, it's just like it's stupid, but I like it and it's fun, and then it's something different sometimes, something different.
Exactly,
I feel like it would get boring shooting the same AR every single day. They do it a little wild
it's
sometimes.
like candy. You can't just have one thing
Uh,
of candy. You got to have multiple.
exactly. Variety is the spice of life, folks. Variety is the spice of life. And it might be a little bit of variety is setting up your gun to be like the most wild, crazy gun that you've ever seen. But it's fun and you can go to the range. What was it? In 2021, I built my RFB into the Space Force gun. So the RFB had the grenade launcher on it, it had a scope, it had a laser, it had a light, it had a Wi-Fi deauthenticator attached to it as well, which just like kills any Wi-Fi signal or deactivates any devices connected to a certain Wi-Fi signal. Why is it on there? Because I thought it looked cool. And then my friends were like, "You're not going to be able to like run and gun with that thing." I'm like, "Bullshit." All right. And so we had Space Force Day, and we built the craziest, like most wild guns, and then we just ran our Space Force guns, and our backs hurt by the end of it because those guns were so freaking heavy, but still really fun, really fun.
I think that raccoon just fell out of the tree again.
He's having a tough time over there. He's having a tough
That's
time.
like the second time I've heard something fall out of the tree and a loud like thud. It's like a body just hit the ground.
You need the rifle from Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Yes.
I don't know what that gun is. Copper, do you know what that gun is?
Uh, wait, which one is he talking about? There's a few of them, but don't call
Cop.
me radio. Yeah, he's hosting, so Reaver is hosting the live stream. So yeah, it's just I'm just here as a prisoner. I had no choice in this. He just dragged me, grabbed me by my beard, and just said, "You're get over here." But nah, yeah,
That is exactly what happened.
yeah. We've been talking back and forth for a while though on the creators live stream. So we're probably gonna do another one. When have not a clue, but if we can get a couple more creators too to do it, that'd be fun.
Oh,
Get like a group of us doing it.
that would be cool. Get 3 or 4 people in there, just like the smaller channels, like we all are, and it'd be
Yeah,
a rad.
exactly.
What is the Annihilator 3000? I'm thinking. I think I'm looking at the gun. I'm thinking I'm looking at the gun. It's got every little thing attached to it. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure. Yeah, the Annihilator, the Annihilator. Yeah, I want it.
you did that
I want it.
video on
I'd run
the
it.
like how movies get guns wrong and the like the TV shows. There's
Yeah.
one I don't know if you ever seen the TV show The Rookie. I think we got to pause there for a second. Have you seen that TV show The Rookie?
You're cutting out
Okay,
just a
so yeah,
little
it's
bit.
kind
Say that
the
again.
TV show The Rookie. And my microphone died too, or
I
okay.
have. I have.
So there's part where she's got this like ACOG with a magnifier on the back of it. I'm like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, what? Why? Why does she need an ACOG with a magnifier on the back of it? It's already magnified. So, or the one where the guy's
Ooh,
loading a round into the magazine and he loads it in backwards, walks up, puts it in the gun, racks it, and shoots it. And I'm like, was I the only one that noticed that he put that in backwards?
It's just it's one of those things when they just don't have
No.
anyone who actually knows. Like, oh, this looks
Well,
cool. This looks
that's like
tactical. It's like, oh
what is it?
man,
A24
oh
Productions. Like they've done a lot of good, uh depictions on like firearms and stuff like that. So like they got a couple. They just did what is it? It's about a group of I think it was Marines that were stuck in a house in Afghanistan. And like they did yeah,
warfare.
that
Yeah,
very good movie. And I was like, I wish, Hollywood would do stuff like that, but they stuck on their ways. That's why A24 Productions I think is going to do very
yeah.
good.
I think it's getting. They've done some good stuff. I think it's getting a little bit better. I think there's a little bit more thought to it, and people appreciate it. But not everyone does it. But I think there's a little bit more of a
Yeah,
trend
yeah,
of people are being a little bit more thoughtful. And I think with like movies like John Wick and a couple other movies, people have really like appreciated like when there's attention to detail. Some people don't know the difference, but then there's like the people like us are
yeah,
like, we know,
yeah.
we know.
Which is definitely cool though, because then it kind of like opens up people to the idea of hey, you know, this could be fun, this could be cool, but we could also do it, in a safe way. Unless you're Alex Baldwin,
Yeah.
and yeah,
You
yeah,
hate to see it. You hate
yeah,
to see it.
exactly. But I mean, like,
The worst one I saw was the Magpul handguard as a suppressor. I think I saw
it's
that same one. I think it's that the tri. Is it the triangular one? Am I
yeah,
remembering correctly?
it's like the Navy. The Navy did an ad for like a recruitment ad, and they had that I think it was an LPVO backwards. I was like, that person
Yeah,
who did that, who was like, it was some civilian who has no idea of any knowledge on firearms, and they're just like, "Hey, we want you to take this picture, but just don't say anything." And the guy who's holding it is now probably getting
yeah.
roasted by every service member.
Yeah, yeah. The thing, yeah, he was ranked. Yeah, he was some like he was kind of higher up. So it's like the thing is like you'd think he'd pick up the gun and like try to like look through it, even if he wasn't familiar with the optic. But it's like, oh, this sight's on backwards because it's a little like little dot on the other end. But
Exactly.
I mean, there's a couple things wrong with it for sure. But it was a little embarrassing. I saw some of the other military branches, and they were kind of harping fun. Like, oh
Who
man.
else counts the
Oh man, like
shots from
accidents
firing
happen,
weapons?
but like if this is like a huge promo, man.
I don't. I just go
Oh,
until it's until it's empty, and I go, okay, well, I got to reload.
uh, yeah, yeah. I don't. I mean, I don't. Like, because the thing is, like, go and this is like the big thing is, if you're at the range or something like that, it's a lot easier to count your rounds. You're just like, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you go and do like mag fed paintball or like airsoft, and you have like limited ammo. Like it's like a 20 round magazine, and it's crazy. Oh no, in the movies. Um, the thing is like most of the time they don't they don't count, but it is totally possible to do. I mean, there's a lot of movies that I mean lately that have done it really really well,
Mm.
and I think John Wick was one that like really like kind of pushed it into the mainstream media quite a bit. There's a few points where I think it was more like in post production they cut like a scene and that scene had a reload in it, so not everything is perfect, but I think that's kind of where it is.
No, yeah, because I mean, if you honestly think about it, though, like in a middle of a firefight, are you going to be thinking about how many rounds you have, or thinking about taking the guy who's actively firing at you? Like, I also think like people get the misconception too, like, all these people use full auto all the time. Uh and a lot of combat situations, like that's not necessarily a thing that you would use to take out an enemy, more of a suppression, something to use for suppression. Because, when people are, you know, actually in a firefight, they're using semi to take out an enemy, but if they're actively trying to suppress a position, they're using full auto.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing a revolver shoot 10 times is
Yeah,
is insane. Because I mean, even if you don't know how guns work, like you gotta know, you
exactly.
gotta know, right?
It's like it's like the
Uh,
old
but I
Clint
mean,
Eastwood videos where he's like, "Did I fire 5 or did I fire 6 rounds?" Well, tell me, are you feeling lucky, punk? It's like
uh-huh.
it's like Clint Eastwood knew back then. He counted
Uh,
his rounds.
uh, King of Knives, Reaver, thanks to you. I got 4 bullpups. My man, I love you and your channel. Thank you to for everything. What bullpups did you get? Share with the
Yes,
class.
do share.
Share with the class. We want to know. Bullpups are like the greatest firearms ever created, and you'll never
I'm
convince me
lacking a little bit
otherwise.
on the
Because I
bullpups.
love my bullpups.
I need to get me one. I'm so far behind.
You do. You need to. You need to. We'll have to go like shopping sometime
That would be so much fun.
and go and just like you have to get a bullpup. You got to get a bullpup. They're fun. I think they have a lot of advantages. They're not perfect, but I keep looking back to look at my guns and they're not there. It's so annoying.
It'd be like it'd be like the
Maybe I'll just.
the movie, what's that movie? Christmas Story, where he gets the Red Ryder BB gun. Be like, wow, for me.
Classic.
That's like the
All
iPro.
right, my man. I think that's gonna be.
What?
I think that's gonna be it for me.
What? It's cutting out for a second.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna call it a
Yeah,
night.
I
I
do.
gotta
I
work on a
need to as
YouTube
well.
video.
Because my laptop's almost dead here. So
Okay. How did you get on your laptop? I had to
I'm
do it
doing
on
it
my
on my
phone.
phone. I just got my laptop next to me so I can read the chat.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. I gotcha. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, man. Well, man, it was an absolute blast. I appreciate you having here. Thanks for always messaging me and like letting us bounce off the crazy ideas off of each
No,
other.
I appreciate you too, man. Thanks for like letting me be on your channel for the live stream for sure. Because like I'm no way
Oh
down
yeah,
there,
dude.
but
Heck yeah.
like we're growing still, and I appreciate it so much. Because like I said, we bounce ideas off of each other, and it helps both of us out. So like, really cool guy. I really
Oh
do
yeah,
appreciate you.
for sure. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. But real quick before I do get off, also guys on my channel, I will be doing a giveaway. I know I said something about it earlier. If you guys want to be part of that giveaway, make sure you are subscribed to my channel and be part of the live stream. I will be announcing on either my Instagram or on YouTube post when that date is. So if you guys want to win something, stop on by because it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm excited. It's kind of like a way I can say thank you to you guys for the viewers and subscribers that stop on by and just deal with my autistic ass. So I appreciate every single one of you. I think we're good though.
I'm gonna just yeah. Thanks, man. Like I'll message you tonight. Thanks again. Like it's my first YouTube or first live, and it was nice having someone
Yeah, for
who's
real.
done them
We'll
before.
definitely have to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get something in the books in a week or two or a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
for real.
Okay, I'm gonna catch up with the last of these chats and then we'll call it a night.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll let you close it out. Let you do what you need to do. I'm just gonna shut down my computer real quick.
All right, my man. See you. See
I'll
ya.
see you next time.
AKs are the best, especially building from a kit. Uh, you get the satisfaction for building your first AK that actually works is nice. Yeah, for sure. for sure. I think that that comes with like a lot of satisfaction. Really building like anything is so rad. Um, is your profile pic an edited pic of you? If NK, if it is, what's it from? Oh no, that is mine. That is me in one of my kits. Yeah, I just edited it in Photoshop. So not from anything too crazy. Nice hello, good to see you, my man. Big fan. Well, thank you. It's good to have you here. Um, well, everyone, thanks again. Excellent live stream, boys. Excited for the next one. Quantum, thank you for always supporting. Thank you for always supporting. Okay. Well, I guess I will see you in the YouTube comments of either Copper's video or mine or one of the other ones that we find ourselves in. Thanks everyone for being here. Have yourself a killer night. Thanks for participating in our very first live stream. I wasn't sure how this would go, but had an absolute blast. It was cool being able to talk with Copper Top as well. So, all right, see you. I have a 22 Nemo AR multi-caliber. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, here's the thing, folks. I don't know how to end this stream. I'm gonna hit this button and see if it works. And here we go.